for today, so I hope you guys have your thinking caps on.
It's a great sub shop where I grew up, Riddle and
I
Martin's.
have to make up for a month that I haven't been here, so I
Has
try
it
to
been
make
a while,
him.
yeah?
Yeah, try to make him a little harder.
You okay though? How you doing? Okay?
I'm okay. I'm going for another biopsy on
Oh,
September
God.
5th.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
So hopefully that one will come back good, and I'm good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course it will. Of course it will. Good karma. That was his name, Alkaline. Number 6, right fielder in the '68 Tigers, won the World Championship. Finished his career with 399 home runs. He didn't know it.
You know,
he said, if I knew I needed only one more to hit 400, I would have come back one more season.
You know, if your body's alkaline, you can't get cancer.
Huh? You can't get Geminis or Aries either. Trust me, I've been trying them all.
Should I eat like baking soda?
What's that? Kaline, actually. It was Al Kaline?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like 19-year-old batting champion in the 50s, you know? Hey, I saw a truck today, AAA battery replacement. I could change those little fucking things myself. I was like, well, people got too much fucking money these days. Hey, Ruben, what's the difference between a garbanzo bean and a chickpea? Well, I can pronounce it better, but that's not it. You're close enough. I've never had a garbanzo bean on my face. I never had a garbanzo bean on my face. I know, people are going to kill me for that.
The difference between a gynecologist and a proctologist? 1 inch. 1 inch.
Yeah. And then how come gynecologists aren't called mufflers?
They should be called astronauts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's one of those trick mirrors, like they have in the carnivals.
Yeah, we like
You
them.
walk in front of it, you look white.
Wow, look how tall I am. Look how tall I am.
Periscope, she was that the rich chick, right?
Don't we have to be on a submarine for that?
I went to see the Meg. They rip off, it's okay to see once, but they rip off scenes from Jaws like you wouldn't believe.
Really?
Same exact type of thing. Not a lot of it, but enough that they rip it off.
You know, how much can you do?
Quiet on the set.
Let me know when I can start the intro, Gene.
Am I doing the intro for you or no?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition. Strap in. You're about to listen to
The Animal House.
Your mother's an animal. Keep the change, you filthy animal.
You are an animal.
What do you care? You're an animal. You're an animal.
Yeah.
I'm an animal.
The Crazy Train.
The opinions expressed by the hosts, callers, and guests are not those of Hamilton Radio, Armed Forces Radio, Raw Talk Online, 102 DLG Radio Orlando, QStarFM.com, or Animal House Radio. Some of the material broadcast on Animal House Radio may not be suitable for listeners under the age of 18. Listener discretion is advised.
It's
Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Theodore Jiggins Studios, it's the Animal House Radio Show. And here is your host, Carlo Valerio.
Hey, good evening. Good evening, everybody, and welcome.
Welcome.
We got a great show for you lined up tonight, and I'm very excited about it. Not one, but not two, but three great guests.
Three minutes in one.
Yeah, one show and three great guests, and we have a special in-studio guest who's the size of the Nakatomi Towers in Die Hard, and we're going to speak to him in a little while, but he's anxiously drove 2.5 hours to get here.
What an idiot.
Yeah. His name is Will Palumbo, and he's a comedian and a promoter, and he's got a lot of stuff to talk about. He's doing some really great stuff. So we'll speak to him in a little while. Just a reminder, tonight's show is brought to you in part by Francesca's Italian Deli, 2119 Whitesville Road in Toms River. Number to call is 732-363-5555. And also, tonight's show is also brought to you in part by Central Termite and Pest Control. Sean Mooney and his family have been serving the Ocean County area for over 60 years. 732-240-2066. So we got a very special... Hey, Ruben, can you check that screen? There's like a disclaimer type of thing. You're probably going to have to hit the OK button on that. I want to welcome everybody on Periscope, Twitter, YouTube Live. We got a couple of mentions to before we go into the.
Aren't those Jewish guys mentions?
Yeah, Tim Eli is back from his hiatus, and you can see he's in rare form.
Look at Ruben on the screen. It looks like a giant.
I know, right? It's like Gulliver's Travels. What was that? What was that TV show where there? Oh, Weird Science, where he's trapped inside the TV.
Yep.
Tonight, join us in a few minutes is the lovely and talented Shannon Elizabeth from the. Yeah, we're excited about that. Then a little later on, we got Isaac, the bartender, Ted Lanz. From the Love Boat, you remember him, and he's going to check in with us. And he's got a letter that was sent to him by one of our servicemen overseas. He's going to, he wants to send a shout out to that gentleman, and he wants to read the letter to us. And also checking in with us, last but certainly not least, is our friend Diane Franklin. The babe of the 80s that everybody loves to talk about.
Oh, God.
She's going to check in with us. I got to make a few mentions. I want to thank Jody Glissman Best from Best Promotions for inviting us out to the show at the Stone Pony last night with Glenn Hughes. Amazing, amazing show. We did a classic Deep Purple set, and it was just an amazing thing to watch. This guy's voice, 70 years old, and this guy's voice is amazing. Ruben, what are we having, a seance with that candle?
Yeah.
Really?
I'll tell you what, that fan is drunk. It's leaning forward like you wouldn't believe, man. Look, I'm serious.
Special thank you to Chip Ruggieri from Chipster Promotions for the tickets for the Dead Daisy shows. That was great. Thank you again. And we saw a band open up for Glenn Hughes last night. They were called Colossal Street Jam, and they have a new album out called Just Take Hold, and they were really good. I really enjoyed them, and we got a couple of tracks from their new album that we're going to play a little later on in the show. But so tonight's show is shaping up to be a really great show. We got Know Your Role again. Gisela is back. She's 100%. She's got her riddle. She's got everything ready to go. Gisela?
Inquiring Minds.
That's right, Inquiring Minds. All right, our show is also syndicated on 102 DLG Radio Orlando, Raw Talk Online, QStar FM, iHeartRadio, and you can also listen to past shows on Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes. And do not forget to subscribe on our social medias as well: Facebook, Animal House Radio Show, Twitter at The Radio Animals, and Instagram, Animal House Radio. So, and what else? Oh, and don't forget our Armed Forces Radio Network. A big hello to all our men and women at home and abroad, currently serving our countries in armed forces, and to all our veterans who have served us proudly over the years, who faithfully to us via Armed Force Radio Network.
And who doesn't like abroad? Sure.
We love hearing from you and about how you like the show. And we enjoy reading your emails, so please continue to send us your emails at the animalhouseradioshow@gmail.com and share your stories with us, suggest a topic, or just drop a line to say hello. And we'll pick a random email and read them live on the air.
You've got a great voice, honest to God.
Oh, thank you.
Tim, you're leading the pack in this.
Steve Trevelise wants me to get a 900 number.
Yeah, I know.
He said I'll make a mint.
Oh, I guarantee there's like thousands of listeners right now naked after hearing that voice.
Yeah, and they have drapes too that they can utilize.
Please don't send pictures.
So Will Palumbo is here. Will lives in PA, right, Will?
Yeah, Scranton, Pennsylvania.
And,
Scranton, okay. Yeah.
How long you been doing comedy?
I've been doing it for a few years. Just recently really started helping with the promoting and all the other aspects, but I've been doing it for a couple of years now.
You know what, Will? I started a comedy club, not like a standalone one, like mobile, where we would go to different venues. And it's, especially nowadays, there's 10,000 people trying to promote the same shows, and it's just hard. But I'd rather just get up on stage. I give promoters a lot of credit because it is a grind. It really is.
Well, between me, Marcus Kasman, and Thomas Remsky, we all try to divide the work between us. We're at multiple locations. We're in Hamlin, Pennsylvania, Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
We're up in Walton, New York a lot
Wow.
at the Castle on the Delaware.
The Waltons? You're up
no.
on the mountain?
Yeah, John Boy.
Right.
Is John Boy the MC?
When you're driving up there, you feel like you're actually driving through Deliverance.
Right.
But yeah, the Waltons probably do live
Oh,
up
you
there.
do have a pretty smile.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
You must know Scott Bruce then, because of that area.
Scott Bruce, no.
Okay, he used to produce shows up in Scranton years ago.
We worked in Scranton
Wisecrackers.
a couple of times with. I don't even want to give the guy any credit because he wasn't. He didn't. He beat one of my friends out of money.
The worst part was
Kevin Lepke.
Ready.
Lepke.
I've heard about him. I don't say anything bad about anybody. I've heard good things. I've heard bad things. I just kind of avoid the drama.
Yeah, well,
that's
Ditto.
That's
It
a
makes it a lot
smart thing.
easier.
Be diplomatic like I am.
Well, you know what? He just didn't pay us, and so that's it. I'm done. But anyway, now you're doing that 502 Productions. Is that what it is?
502 Entertainment,
Entertainment,
is
yeah.
the whole group of us. We're all working together to promote these shows and get them out there. I mean,
Are they shows just for charitable causes or shows just to broaden comedy?
to broaden comedy and for charity. We do
okay,
both.
so
Listen, I used to watch Palumbo on TV religiously, man.
Wrong
really
last
did.
name.
Oh, it's not Falk?
No.
Well, I would like to thank them because they always share our live
Yeah,
feed.
and I think we had Thomas
on their
call in.
show.
That's
and
who
Thomas
called.
called in last year.
Yes,
he
that's
was a
him.
little shaky, so we didn't forget about that. So that's why I think it was better for him to sit in with us. So maybe next year we'll get him.
Maybe we don't have to wait a year. I mean, we've got like 5 shows coming up or 4 shows
Awesome.
coming
Yeah,
up.
well, make sure you get them out there, and you guys. And I know it's a hike for you guys, but if you can't come down physically, you're always welcome to call in and say, "Hey, look, if you're in this area, I got this going on," and so that's never a problem for us. So you just let us know. What made you guys decide? What made you guys decide to start doing this? Was it just a collective effort, or?
I knew Marcus from years ago. We've been friends for many, many years, and I knew he started doing it. And I'd always been doing my own comedy thing. I always went down south because I never wanted anybody I knew to see me.
I knew a girl that used to go down south.
Well, I know a couple girls that go down south. They're great.
Oh my goodness.
Certain scents remind
You're
me
gonna
of
have
her,
to get
yeah.
used to that all night because Paul will just keep throwing them out there.
I know an Australian girl who used to go down under.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Oh, this show especially because it's broadcast worldwide. Carlo's big down under.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
big down under, huh?
Really
all right.
I can't even see down under because I can't even see my feet. Never mind down under.
He's got a dicky do.
Yeah, exactly.
Diddy-doo.
But yeah, and so how long has actually you guys been doing? A couple of years now?
Marcus and the 502 Entertainment been around for at least 3 or 4 years now.
Oh wow. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Good.
And what are some of the charities that you have worked with?
We do a lot of the local benefits, whether it be for like a cancer survivor or things like that. It's not generally for a big charity. The reason being is because the big charities always get lots of money.
Right.
But it's the little people that really
It's the individuals,
don't.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
individuals
it's the
that don't
truth.
get a lot of money.
It's smart
That's the
doing
truth.
it that way.
And I tell you, that's a great market up there too. There's a lot of people love comedy up that area. So
Yeah.
I've done a lot of shows up there, and they're always fun audiences, always great audiences.
No, the thing I hate, I love doing any kind of fundraisers for kids, vets, illnesses, whatever. But I don't like when they make you, they want to have a comedy show and then like somebody will get up and make this really, really sad speech and everybody starts crying and then
God.
she'll be like, and now the comedian.
Yeah, how do you tell a joke after that, right?
Just give me a shovel, let me dig out of the hole now.
Yeah.
Right now, we're doing a fundraiser right now for Ruben to get more candles.
Yeah, exactly.
It's called Burn at Your Own Wick.
Hey, Ruben, you remember the whorehouses back in the day that say when the cigarette's out, you're out of here?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking right now, you know?
He's got 3 candles lit, and I just saw my father, my uncle, and my grandfather just walk by. I thought we were having a seance.
Ruben has a new company. It's called Wax On, Wax Off.
Yeah, right? Those are for his nipples. Stop it. He has to look good for Christopher Lloyd when he stalks him in the bathroom. I could just picture.
I don't know, Marty.
I could just picture Ruben in the bathroom. Hello, Mr. Lloyd. I'm with Ironwood. I'm a big fan of yours. How are you? Would you like to come to my house? He's like, he reminds me of Eddie from the Vacation, like the brother-in-law. Well, I'd die for you, Mr. Newton.
Can I shake your hand? Not right now.
Oh, I'm all right. I just got a plant in my head. When you use the microwave, I forget where I am, who I am for a half hour, and wet my pants. But here's a funny story. I called Gene, and Gene has, in Gene's credit, he has been getting better. He don't go, yeah, what do you want? I call him up.
Can't be done. Can't be done.
I go, Gene. He hesitates. He goes, yeah. I'm like, are you there? Yeah. All of a sudden, I hear the toilet flush. Really, Gene? You're taking a shit while you're talking to me? Seriously?
It just shows you which direction the conversation.
Sometimes you just got to push Brown, man. You know?
Yeah, right. What can Brown do for you? A lot in Gene's house. We should be asking, what can mold do for you? But,
and he's buying that corn at the Whole Foods store, so you know how bad that comes out, man.
So, Will, what do you got coming up, the next event,
Well,
the next show?
The next show that we're doing or promoting for is Castle on the Delaware Ladies of Laughter, and we've got 6 comics from upstate New York going to the castle.
Hold that thought, Will. Are we up? Bring them up. Hi, Shannon.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, all right, everybody. It is 8:45. Joining us now on the phone is the very lovely and very talented actress. You've seen her in American Pie, Scary Movie, and 13 Ghosts. Please welcome for the first time on the Animal House Radio Show and Armed Forces Radio Network, Miss Shannon Elizabeth.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you so much. It's our honor and it's our pleasure.
Yeah.
And Shannon, right off the bat, I got to tell you, I'm a huge fan. And I see you do a lot of work with animals, and you rescue a lot. And I'm as big as animals you get, and I need rescuing badly.
All right, well, I'll do the best I can.
She's into rhinos.
But I know you're very busy, and I want to thank Joe Reitman for making this happen. It's a pleasure to be talking with you. So thank you for speaking with us.
Oh, of course, thank you.
Shannon, since this is your first time, I'd like to. I think the first thing that I saw you in was Arliss. How did it start for you? When did you know? Hey, this is what I want to be an actress.
Oh, well, I wanted to be an actress when I was still in high school. I mean, that was always my goal. And so I actually started doing a music video in Waco, Texas, and that was my first thing ever.
Right.
It's for a local band, and the producer and director were from New York, and the director ended up being Antoine Fuqua. Okay. So that was kind of like my foray into acting, and I knew that's even before that, that's what I wanted to do.
Right.
Oh, so you caught the bug early.
That's good. That's
all right. We like your decision.
Thanks.
So, I noticed that over the years, I love a lot of the stuff you did. I noticed that I just happened to see you. I didn't get a chance to speak with you, but you were at Monster Mania a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, in New Jersey.
Yeah, I did 3 different ones in a row because I don't live in the U.S. anymore. So I'll come into the U.S. And I'll do 3 or 4 appearances and work in L.A. and whatever else I have, meetings, and then I go back to Africa.
Oh, wow.
So I'm living in South Africa now. Yeah.
How do you like it?
I bless the rains.
How do you like it?
I love it there. It's
Wow.
so
No
amazing.
kidding.
It's so beautiful. And
Right.
I mean, I was going over there back and forth and realized I never wanted to leave. I loved being there, so I just decided to move.
That's unique. That's very unique.
You know, that's great. But now, does that affect you work-wise, or is it easy for you to get back and forth?
It's really not that hard. Like, a direct flight from Johannesburg to New York City is like 14 and a half hours.
Right.
So I can be back pretty quickly if I need to. But I'm being a lot pickier with what I'm doing right now anyway, and I'm trying to do things in the field of conservation so that I'm kind of marrying my 2 things that I love.
Right.
So I'm working on a lot of my own projects, but, you know, I've always thought that my job, but doing the work with the animals is my life mission. And so now I'm kind of at that point where I'm really focusing on that life mission.
Good for you.
Hey, Shannon, you mentioned 14 and a half hour flight from Johannesburg.
Wow.
Is there a stopover in Atlanta? Because here in the Northeast, wherever we want to go, there's a stopover in Atlanta.
Flight.
direct flight.
That one is a direct flight. There are a lot of other ones that do have stopovers, but they're much longer than 14 and a half hours.
Oh,
yeah.
Lord.
Yeah, I don't like layovers. You never know how long you're going to be
delayed. It could be a nightmare, air travel. But I'll tell you. Shannon, so, yeah, I noticed the trend of you're doing a lot more horror movies. Is that something that do you have a particular preference of what kind of genre of movie do you do? Or you just like to work?
It really depends on the project. I haven't done a horror movie in quite a long time, actually.
Right.
Because I stopped doing them completely for a while. I said no to all of them because I felt like I was doing them too much. But I really enjoy comedy more than anything. I would really like to get back to doing that if I was doing something outside of the area of conservation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so what is there... Now, that's the organization that you're doing is the animalavenger.org?
Sort of. So we've kind of gone through this rebranding, and I think we just launched the website today. So animalavengers.org is still there, and what it's going to become is our kids' education platform, because our logo has always been a cartoon dog that's a superhero. But the work we're doing now is much more serious and much more dangerous.
Right.
So we felt like to be able to work in these fields, we needed something that mirrored that. So we've created the Shannon Elizabeth Foundation, and that's actually at shannonelizabeth.org. And so that's going to be for when we go into Parliament and we're trying to change laws, and we're just working in that serious capacity. And then Animal Avengers, like I said, will just be for the kids, and we'll try to teach the heroes and the Avengers of tomorrow.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. I you know what, it's, I think we need more people to be proactive like that, and, especially someone with you with a lot of high visible and a role model for a lot of people. I mean, it makes the difference.
Thank you.
Yeah, Paul, you had a question?
Yeah, I got to say, the movie 13 Ghosts, which I really loved.
Oh, that was great.
That had to be really a fun movie to do, I think, because of the set. The set was so unique.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was flying back and forth to Toronto.
Right.
And I was flying with Tony Shalhoub a lot of the time.
Right.
And he was just so amazing, and we would constantly be talking about script and trying to rewrite little things here and there, and he would go present it to the director, and he was so collaborative and sharing. I just loved working with him.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
So it was a really fun set. Yeah, it was really fun.
It was very unique. It was really probably one of the most unique horror movies of all time.
Yeah, Tony Shalhoub is great.
Cool.
When they actually did the ghosts, was it like green screen, or had to do the ghosts? I mean, could you see them when you were doing the scenes, or no?
Yeah, no, you could see them. There were people that were dressed as ghosts. Yeah,
okay.
But it would be quite funny. I always remember there was a guy, I think he was the Hammer.
Right.
And it's this guy sitting around with like nails coming out of his face and body. And I just remember looking over one day, and he's sitting in a chair offset, like reading a newspaper, smoking a cigarette or something. I'm like, wow, that's hysterical. It's just like casual ghost that's kind of like off duty.
Right.
That's great.
That's more scary than anything, just the casualness of it.
Yeah, it was great.
Shannon, you've done a lot of comedies, and you said you like doing them. Did you have a preference of which one you enjoyed the most doing?
Well, they're also different, and I did a show called Cuts for 2 years, and it was my own show, so that was really fun.
Right.
Because it was kind of me and Marcus Houston and Chandrella Avery, and to kind of run your own show is amazing. It gives you so much freedom and creative license. But then I got to, work on that 70s show, which was such a well-oiled machine.
I love that
You
show.
just walk on set and everybody knew what was going on. It was amazing.
It
was a really great show.
It's a great show. Great show.
Shannon, with a lot of your roles, with some of the roles you've played, did they allow you to ad-lib on some of the movies, or you had to follow scripts most of the time?
I mean, generally they like you to follow scripts, but when you have ideas, a lot of the directors are quite open to what your ideas are. And like when we shot Scary Movie, Keenan Ivory Wayans said to us, get it one time what the script says, and then I'll give you a few takes where you do anything you want.
That's the way it should be. That's
So he was really cool. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, see, you don't always hear about directors like that, giving people latitude. Some people want you to, you know, every comma, every hyphen. So that's really cool.
Yeah. Well, it was great because he said at the end of the day, he got credit for whatever was on the screen. And if it was good and it was funny, he was taking the credit. So go for it.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
He was very funny. Yeah.
Now, do you have a desire to do any kind of sitcoms on your own? Because I definitely see you in some kind of sitcom.
I would love to do sitcoms again. It was a great schedule. But it would mean I'd have to come back for a period of time and be somewhere in the U.S. to do that, which I would totally do because there's a lot of work I can get done here, especially if I can go back and forth to, say, D.C., where I can work on some of the law changes and lobbying and stuff that I know we need to do. So it would just need to be the right project. I'm open to whatever the future holds.
Right. Now, you had mentioned before that you really want to get involved in the conservation. What specifically would you are you working on or involved with?
What's your passion?
Well, I mean, I am involved in conservation. Like that's exactly what we're doing. That's why I'm in Africa.
Right.
We have some grant programs where we're supporting other people. Where we've been paying for the anti-poaching unit and a rhino sanctuary for about 6 months now.
Right.
Oh, wow.
And we bought a helicopter pilot who has donated over 1,000 hours to the national parks. We bought him 2 sets of night vision goggles and an extra helmet.
Right.
But then we have our in-house programs. The first one is going to be called Rhino Review, and it's actually going to be a repository of information all in one place where you can find out anything you ever wanted to know about rhino from the beginning of time till now.
Right.
And we want to make it very user-friendly, like lots of interactive maps and lots of visuals. So it's not just a bunch of writing.
Right.
But the goal for this as well for me is that we want to uplift the programs on the ground that are making a big difference in saving the rhino. So people that want to get into it and want to like learn more and they don't know who to trust, they can come to our site. They can see what programs are making a difference. We're going to go out in the field and interview them and do video packages on them. And they'll know that these are people they can trust and that it's okay to put your money towards these people. Right. Because I think there's a lot of corruption and fraud out there. And we want to help funnel the money to the people who really need it and are making a difference, because I do believe that there is a lot of money out there that there's enough that could help, but it's too spread out right now. So we want to try to change that.
How endangered are the rhinos? I mean, how many numbers? What's the numbers? You know, how far down?
Yeah, so there's different types of rhino, different species.
Right.
The Javan and Sumatran rhino, I think, are both under 1,000 at the moment.
Wow.
I think one of them's under 500.
Wow.
The northern white rhino, there's only 2 females left. We just lost the last male. The southern white rhino, the last numbers taken, I think, were the last numbers were 20,000, but we know there's a lot less now. A lot less.
Oh, wow.
And for the black rhino, the last numbers were 5,000, but we know there's a lot less than that as well.
Is it because of poaching? No, is it because of poaching, or is it just natural?
Yeah.
Natural causes.
No, it's 100% poaching.
Yeah.
I mean, we're losing on average, I'd say 4 to 6 rhino a day to poaching.
Well, what is
their death rate is exceeding their birth rate.
What is the value of is it like their hide or their something?
The horns.
The horn or something?
Probably the horns.
The rhino horn on the black market right now is worth about $65,000 a kilo, and there's about 5 kilos in a horn.
Wow.
So yeah, and a poaching syndicate, it's the same syndicates that do human trafficking, drugs, guns, everything. So we're dealing with all the same people. Yeah. And there's about 9 to 11 levels deep of people in that syndicate. So the actual poacher is usually just a local villager who wants to feed their family, and they're not making a whole lot compared to what the higher ups are making.
Exactly.
Right. They're low level. Let me ask you a question. How Shannon, I mean, I'm totally with you 100%. But how do you combat a syndicate like that? Even with your celebrity status and getting people involved, how do you?
It's getting done.
That's like
It's
you gotta.
There's a lot of ways, and it takes everyone working at it from different angles. Like some of it is literally education in the East, because a lot of the demand is in the East. So in China, Vietnam, Cambodia, it will be education. Because this is something they've grown up with, and they believe that when you take rhino horn as a medicine, it can cure cancer. They believe that it helps infertility, and it's a party drug, and it's also a status symbol.
Right.
So if we start to shame it so it's not a status symbol, and we show them that it's not medicinal, and what's happening to the rhino for them to get that, slowly over time, the demand will be less.
Right.
Right.
But then also boots on the ground. The rangers, the anti-poaching units to protect the rhino, that's really the main way. Lots of people try like drones and other technology, but it's tough because like Kruger National Park is the size of Belgium.
Right.
So you can send drones up and you can find where the poachers are, but if you can't get to them on foot or in a Jeep or something in time, like you can't always just take a helicopter and go there. Like there's so many factors involved, it's very hard.
Like with
but
satellites.
boots on the ground protecting these animals is the #1 way.
You have to get them with satellites. You have to get them with satellites.
Let me ask you a question, and excuse my ignorance because I don't know much about this, but I'm fascinated by it. But can't the South African military get involved, or it's like here they can't get involved in matters of the state?
They could, but there's a lot of corruption there.
Exactly.
There you go.
Because there's a lot of government corruption, there's a lot of things that could be done that aren't being allowed to be done.
It's the same worldwide.
They would be too effective.
Right.
It's all going to change soon. The world's coming together. This stuff is going to come to an end soon.
Yeah, I mean that's amazing. And I don't know anything that we can do here to help you out. If you have any kind of fundraisers, or if there's some place that if our listeners can go to donate, please give them the website or whatever. And I want to put the word out there because it's got to stop.
Thank you so much.
No,
thank you so much. I believe our new website is up, and I haven't checked the donation area yet, but if you go to channelista.org, you can see if that's working. Okay. And I know animalavengers.org is taking donations as well. So either way, we could so use it because our programs that we're working on, we need the funding to finish them. And quite frankly, when I need to pay for an anti-poaching unit, that's definitely more important because we have to protect them first. So a lot of our funding has been going towards that lately.
Right. Now, besides the rhino, is there any, I mean, the way you describe South Africa, it's like a paradise. It's really hard to believe that all that's going on over there. Besides the rhino poaching, what else is of a concern?
Elephants.
Well, elephant poaching, of course, for the ivory.
Right.
Lions are quite a big deal right now. They just opened up some laws there where you can hunt more. They're giving more permits for hunting, and the lion bone trade is really prevalent there.
Right.
And they have something called canned hunting, which is where a hunter will pay to go shoot a lion, but they're actually in a small caged-in area, so it's not really hunting.
No, it's not hunting at all.
It's not hunting at all. No. So, all the big cats are in danger, the leopards and the cheetah and lion. I mean, there's an animal called the pangolin that most of us don't know what that is, and it's the #1 most poached mammal in the world.
Wow.
So, I mean, literally everything. Giraffe are in danger. They're all having issues, and then that's not even to mention the oceans. Right. Abalone and the oceans are getting poached quite frequently over there.
Right.
Sharks, for sharks on soup.
Right.
The whales. Like, there's so many endangered animals. So our first project is Rhino Review, but after that we're doing Ocean Review, Elephant Review, great apes, and big cats.
Well, you definitely got your hands full.
So it's going to be an ongoing project.
I think we're hunting the wrong thing. Maybe we should be hunting people.
Yeah, actually.
They do, tax
should
season.
Be hunting poachers.
Shannon, I've got to ask you something. You've mentioned between all the corruption and the syndicates, and here you are fighting back. Are you ever concerned about your own safety, fighting, these corrupt powers?
I'm not really. I know that I'll eventually get death threats because everybody I know that's working in the space has. Right. Especially if you're doing it effectively.
Right.
2 guys that I interviewed, my first and second trip over there have already been killed. But the way that I see it is, if I get killed and I die doing what I believe in and what I love, then that's the way I want to go, and it's fine. I'm not going to stay, home in a hole just to be safe and do nothing. I'd rather be over there fighting and trying to make a difference, and if that's how I'm meant to go, then so be it.
Shannon, you're still up on American politics and what's going on in the U.S., I would imagine. And
a little bit.
It almost makes more sense because of all the liberals and such, with the present administration, that if you could get this kind of word out in America, people would really rally around. And, let's face it, worldwide, the U.S. carries clout like nobody, so...
Well, yeah, no, I am talking to people in D.C. I may be coming back to lobby for some things here. I was starting to get active in some bills before I went over there. And I am working on stuff here for sure. I mean, and we're constantly doing what we can to get the word out of what's happening. But it's tough because a lot of the things going on in the current administration are actually changing laws that were helping the animals. Good. So it's kind of reversing a lot of what was put in place to protect them. And that's been really frustrating. And that's what we need to go back to, is protection for these creatures. They're sentient beings, and they deserve everything that we do. We're all walking this planet together.
Yeah. So besides the work you're doing with the rhinos and all that, any acting projects that you're currently working on, or have anything coming up that we should be on the lookout for?
I have shot a couple things, but I have no idea when they're coming out. I mean, I'm working on shopping a project right now, and I'm working on doing my own documentary with all the stuff going on over there. I've been filming quite a bit, so hopefully I'll have some of my own projects coming up soon.
Cool. Oh, well, you got to let us know, and I think if you decide to run for president over here, we got you 100%. We'll back you.
Please, yeah.
Oh, cool. Thank you so much.
At least Secretary of the Interior, anyway.
Yeah. And
okay.
Shannon,
cool,
please remember always, I've got a great voice.
Yes, you do.
I am the agent.
Shannon, can you do us a favor, do a station ID for us?
Yeah.
Just say.
What do you want me to say?
Just introduce yourself and then say you're listening to the Animal House Radio Show on the Hamilton Network. If you can remember that. The Animal House Radio Show.
The Animal House Radio Show on the Hamilton Network.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Anytime you want.
Hi, this is Shannon Elizabeth, and you're listening to the Animal House Show on the Hamilton Network.
Perfect.
Shannon.
God bless.
God bless. Thank you so much. It was an honor and a pleasure. And please let us know. Tell Joe anything you need. You have an open invite anytime you want to come on.
Oh, thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate your support. Thank you.
It's our honor.
Thank you.
And thank you for anyone and all of you do out there to keep us safe and protect us. We're so grateful.
Thank you so much. Shannon Elizabeth, everybody.
Thank you, dear.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back in exactly, let's say...
As soon as Ruben lights some more candles. We'll be back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Got to warm the place up a bit. Yeah.
We're going to have a seance. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
It only takes a minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it at doihaveprediabetes.org. But you're probably not going to. Nope. I'm sure you've got a perfectly good excuse. Kids, work. I get it. You're busy. So what better time than now? Let's begin. Raise one finger if you're a man. Ladies, none yet. Oh, count in your head if you're driving. Now, 3 more fingers for everyone over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40, 1 more if you're not physically active, another finger if anyone in your family has type 2 diabetes, another if you've got high blood pressure. If you're overweight, raise another finger, 2 if you're very overweight, and 3 if you're really overweight. You've just taken the world's first audio prediabetes test. And if you're holding up 5 or more fingers, visit doihaveprediabetes.org or talk to your doctor. There's no excuse because prediabetes can be reversed.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
All right, everybody, we are back here on the Animal House Radio Show.
She was great. She was a very smart lady.
Yeah, very intelligent, you know, and it just goes to show you that, you know, there's more to a pretty face than just, you know, a pretty face.
So what are you trying to say?
Just what I said. Last night, as I mentioned earlier, we were at the Stone Pony, and we saw a great band called Colossal Street Jam. Great bunch of guys. And we have one of their songs tonight that's on their new release called Just Take Hold. And it's called Luck's Gotta Turn.
I knew a girl.
Luck's Gotta Turn. And this is by Colossal Street Jam. And you can find it on their website, colossalstreetjam.com. So, Gene, when you're ready, hit that.
I actually said that to a girl once. Just take hold.
You got no
Nice. That was
All
nice.
right, that was good. I like that.
Nice and
Yeah,
thick.
it's a good song.
Nice
Yeah.
and thick. Nice. Thick
I like the
song.
heavy stuff. I like it heavy.
I do too.
That's why you're dating me, no?
No, heavy and high energy. You know, I don't mind a ballad once in a while. You know, but I like the stuff that gets you. You know, like Judas Priest type. It's like firepower. Remember, I actually played that for you, Paul.
Yeah, I
So
loved
you
it.
liked the new
I liked it a
stuff.
lot.
So what do you think of Deep Purple? You mentioned him earlier in the show.
I love Deep Purple.
I know you do. I don't know what Carla
Glenn
does.
Hughes was amazing.
Highway Star.
I'll tell you
One of the
what.
best of all time.
I'll tell
Hush,
you what.
too.
Ian Gillan.
Oh, yeah.
I
You
love
know-
him to death, but he lost a lot of his. Glenn Hughes is amazing. This
Guess
Oh,
guy-
I believe it. I do.
You talk about Hush. Guess
Yeah.
who produced that?
Who?
Bill Cosby.
Get out of
He,
here.
he used to own Tetrachromation
Oh,
Records.
okay.
Oh,
and
really?
that was the first song that Deep Purple had, Hush, on Tetrachromation Records.
No, but when and Glenn didn't sing Highway Star, but they performed it last night, and this guy hit those falsettos like
Oh, I used
you
to love
wouldn't
that. That's a
believe.
great rocker. That's a
Yeah.
great
I mean, that's
rocker.
the early metal from my generation.
Right.
Carl. That's
Yeah,
why I
yeah.
wondered what you thought of.
He played a lot of stuff from. He played Stormbringer.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh,
which is-
yeah.
which was a great song. But
And then Deep Purple morphed into Rainbow with Ronnie Dio.
Right. Well,
Some good
Glenn
stuff,
Hughes,
man.
Glenn Hughes also sang with Black Sabbath too.
Yeah.
And then he went and he formed his own group, Black Country Communion.
Yeah.
I love that group.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a great group with Jason Bonham playing drums.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
That was like a super group almost.
Oh, what a great album.
But let's turn it over to our lovely Gisela Bella, who's playing on her phone.
I'm not playing. I'm sharing our feed on all
And
our
She's a
groups.
sharer. She's a giver.
I know, very good.
You know, sharing is caring, guys.
Just remember that if you don't do the right thing,
You go to hell?
Really?
I'm guessing. I don't know.
Gene, did you turn down my iPod?
It's a good lead-in, though. It was a
He's
good lead-in.
got one already. He didn't need another one.
Where I'm sending you, baby, everything's on a menu.
All right, just what do you got for inquiring minds tonight?
All right. So, first question of the night is: what celebrity will you rate as a perfect 10?
That's easy.
Well, yeah, but there's it just looks
To you.
wise,
To you.
To you.
all around. Okay.
To
Right.
you. What's a root 10? To me,
If you like Heavy D, say Heavy D.
No, but Al Pacino was a perfect 10 as an actor.
we're talking physical. I think when you say perfect 10,
you
you
could
say
say Al Pacino if that's what you like.
I
We
think-
have a phone call.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear it
Who
too.
was it?
Is that some guy named R2D2?
See, I think when you say who's a perfect 10,
Who
I
is
think
that?
you think you're talking strictly physical attraction.
Right.
All right.
That's what 10
It
should
could be. It could possibly be Thomas. Maybe calling in. I'm not sure.
Thomas the Train?
Thomas Edison?
Huh?
Did you tell him?
I said he could try, but we had guests. So.
But I have things you can't do that. You know.
Well, I
'cause then
did.
if there's-
You can't do that.
if he wants to call in, I'll give
See,
him
to
the
me,
high sign.
to me, a perfect 10 is someone that you're attracted to physically. It's just a physical thing. It's a sexual thing, I think. It shouldn't be anything else.
Okay, so
but that's up to you individually.
We're talking to Maxim Magazine. All right, so my vote would be Alyssa Milano.
There you go. Mine would be Charlize Theron.
I thought it was that girl. Who's that porn star you like?
Julia Ann.
Julia Ann, yeah.
I love Julia Ann.
Tim has many perfect
Saw a
10s.
couple of movies earlier in the year. This one actress is in two of them, and she knocked me out physically. It was Naomi Watts.
Oh, yeah, she's very pretty.
Oh, wow,
my
okay.
God. And she's like 50, so she's no kid.
That's
Right.
that's-
She looks very young, though.
Yeah.
That's unusual. Yeah, Thomas, if you want to call in, just I'll give you the high sign, but we got you covered. Don't worry. But we got Will here, and if we don't give him enough airtime, he's going to step on all of us. So we're
We won't be allowed in
so we're-
Scranton, Pennsylvania. Ever.
Yeah, he'll never come back. That'll be the last will.
Yeah. Right. All right, that was the first one. What's the second?
Oh, we didn't
one?
get the other two
Did
answers.
everyone answer?
Oh,
No.
okay.
We didn't
all
get
right,
them.
sorry.
We didn't get those.
We got
Jeez.
Will.
All right,
Well,
the
for
first-
celebrity, it's going to be Scarlett Johansson. That's hands down.
Wow,
There you
very
go.
good. I didn't think of that. See, he's sharp, this guy.
Did you pick? Tim?
Tim
Yeah, I said Naomi
Watts.
Watts. I saw her in the Chuck Wepner movie and in
Okay.
some
Nobody
movie.
likes Sandra Bullock? No, I'm okay.
I still do. Don't get me
Okay.
wrong.
I like
you know.
Sandra Bullock in Demolition Man.
Yeah.
Younger Sandra Bullock.
I like Gravity. Gravity was really good.
Yeah.
And mine is, of course, Antonio Sabato Jr.
See?
Antonio
Rubens is
Sabato.
Christopher Lloyd.
All right, the second question is, what's your favorite jingle? And don't be shy, you could actually sing it.
Jingle as a commercial.
Yes, please.
Okay. Tim.
I'm going to sing my song like I never sang before. Country Western Coke commercial.
Oh, wow. Okay. Is that new or old?
Oh, God, it's like 1971. I can't think of the country singer's name. But it was like almost like an MTV video in 1971.
Wow.
Starts out he's on a mountain singing this song, and I hope you don't mind if I sip on my Coke while I sing my song. You know.
What's the number?
If it's 570, that's going to be Thomas.
Is it 570 area code?
And I'll take that straight in box.
What area code is that?
Pass this down to Will. This is the Will. That's a Will.
Okay, Will.
No, what's the area code?
Yes, she does.
It's not open already?
No, it's open.
Yeah, she's attractive, man. I don't.
Are you in my Skype? Well, a 718 number is calling.
Yeah, I don't know anybody. All right, so Tim, what was your jingle?
It was a Coca-Cola jingle, song, commercial from like 1971-ish country western. It was phenomenal.
Is
It
an
could have been a
818
hit song
area
by
code?
itself.
Can you sing a line of it?
I could snort a line of Coke, but I think we're talking two different things.
Oh, really?
Different song.
I want to sing my
Are
song
you
like I
in my
never
Skype?
sang before.
Oh, the other one, the other phone is ringing? Yeah. 609? Yeah. All right, well, cut that, shut that off. No wonder why. Duh.
Oh, my God.
Sure, when we have all these guests, that's when the people want to call in now.
Yeah, I know.
Now, whose phone are we looking at
When
here,
I
by
ask
the way?
people to call in, I get I apologize if I accuse Thomas Remsky. I stand corrected. But Thomas has
How rude.
carte blanche. Jingles.
Don't apologize to me.
What was that one I did? I had
I like the Buster Brown commercials when I was a kid.
Here's Buster Brown. He
No,
lives in
does
a
your
shoe.
shoe have a dog inside with a funny place for a dog
See,
to
with an
hide?
older one, yeah.
Yeah, I used to love that one as a
What's
kid.
the? I guess mine would be the Oscar Mayer Wiener one.
That was a good one.
Sing it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I forgot how it goes.
My baloney has a first name.
That's it. My
It's a
baloney
one.
has a first. That's what would be mine.
And mine is-
OSCAR. Yeah.
Of course, we made a porn song out of it.
For that chocolate-coated, ice cream-coated, rich and smooth, no room for a stick. What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Oh, mine's a simple one. It's,
Go ahead.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm.
Ah, I'm
that's a
surprised you
newer
didn't
one.
pick that.
Yeah, that's cool.
part of
I
it,
mean,
wanna hear that.
I'm a retro guy. I go back to stuff I grew up on.
Hey,
I
I
also
got
like
one.
the Schaefer City one.
What's
Hey.
yours, Ruben?
Ruben, what's yours?
Anybody remember this from back in 90, 93, 94? The Tuxedos commercial? Nacho man.
I vaguely.
That one, it was hilarious.
Now, what was the one? Is there a jingle for the Office linebacker, Gene?
No,
Paul?
there's no jingle.
No jingle
no.
for that.
No.
Oh, okay.
That was a great commercial, though.
Oh yeah,
With
that
Tate,
was good.
With Tate.
So,
Okay, we got some good suggestions out of that
right,
one for
so
sure.
Now, what was the third and final question?
The third and final question is, what's something your brain tries to make you do, and you have to will yourself not to do it?
Yeah.
Well, see,
That's
you
all of our
see,
brains, I think.
Paul, now you're using your noggin.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. No,
Oh, no, God forbid.
I would never do that.
God forbid. But
What
it's
was your
exactly,
answer,
you
Paul?
would want to do it, but you talk yourself out
I
of
do
it.
everything by my gut. I don't do anything by what my mind tells
What
me to
was
do.
your answer? You was,
I was kidding. I was going.
Oh,
No,
well,
a motorboat
I was
with
kidding
hands.
around. I was kidding around.
Tim, you motorboat.
He was
quite
blowing
often.
bubbles.
What is your answer?
And Bubbles must have been pretty proud to hear that, too.
They were really,
Yeah.
really happy.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's the same thing. I just, I don't know. I mean, my worst crime right now, flipping people off in traffic, Jersey
No,
traffic.
that's different. Yeah, that's
You know?
that you can't help.
Yeah. But no, really, this, I'm like Paul said, it's a good answer. It's just, my gut.
Yeah,
go
do
by
everything,
my gut.
I do it by
yeah.
my gut. I don't do anything by what my mind tells me to do.
Yeah.
I want to give a big shout out to Mary D. Fiora, Matt Coughlin, Thomas Remsky. He gave his answer as Dakota Johnson.
And Mary said, let's see, da-da-da-da-da-da, Ken Wall, one of our favorites.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a lot of women.
He was a great
All
guest.
in all,
I have to
it's
say,
just
he is my
another
second.
can
Hottie, he's
in
cool.
the wall.
Think negative. I don't know what that is. Is that a commercial?
It's a Kodak thing.
Oh, it is? Okay.
I have no idea. It's negative,
Oh, I thought you were serious. So I was totally totally falling for that one.
I mean, this is not a jingle, but I also used to love the Crazy Eddie commercials.
Of course.
Crazy Eddie, where the prices are insane.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the time to make the donut.
The guy that did those commercials lived in Deal for a while.
You know which
It
one
was
I
a big
thought-
deal, I heard.
You know what was stupid? The commercial. There ain't no bugs on me. There
Yeah.
ain't no bugs on some of you mugs, but there ain't no.
I remember that,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
And then it ain't gonna rain no more. And I'm okay.
But something your brain makes you want to do, but you fight the urge to do it.
Smack Al Roker.
Yeah, right. I just hang people on hooks that piss me off because I'm like Sonny Corleone. I got a bad temper, and I'm trying very hard to restrain myself. With Gisela around, it's getting a lot easier because she's like the, like the
she's like the Fredo.
She's the antithesis.
I'm like, I'm wearing you down, Laura.
No, she's like the music that soothes the savage beast, you know?
No, that's important. That is, man.
She talks me down off the ledge.
And then I have to get his pow-pows.
You know what? She's the diplomat. I'm Hulk smash. I'm just ready to put you through a wall. And then I'll ask questions later. Oh, did I do that? I'm sorry.
We're definitely night and day. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Night and day, you are the one.
So,
okay.
You have riddles? Or?
What? No, wait, hold on. I'm going to answer this question.
Oh,
good, please. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I did?
I thought you did.
What I did? What did I
Go ahead.
Go ahead. What I do?
Bring it over here. It's a piece of
stupid
chocolate.
stuff?
All right.
Are we doing stupid stuff again?
Yes. So,
Fighting already.
Sometimes somebody really gets under your skin so bad that you just want to slash every single tire they have. You got to talk yourself out of doing that.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's one I have to talk myself out of. Slashing tires.
Got you.
What about you?
I'm mild. I have to stop myself from going into accents at work. Like, I'll be sitting there and someone will say something to me, go, no, you do not do that. Shut the fuck up. Get away from me. I will kill you. Get away.
That's good.
And I just do these accents. I
That's
I got
funny.
to hold back because they all look at me and go, what did you say? And I'm like, no, guys, just go away. I got to do my work. Get away from me.
I'm far enough away from Will that I could say, if we put a mustache on him, don't we have Schultz?
Maybe.
Yes. I know nothing.
I know nothing.
I know nothing. See nothing. Hear nothing.
Mary.
Apple strudel.
Mary says she has to bite her tongue when somebody aggravates her.
That's right, Mary. I'm surprised because she's from Boston, and Southies don't take shit from
Mary,
nobody.
what I did when I went to Boston, I'll never do it again. In October, I wore my Yankee jacket.
Well, that you should know better than that.
No more Yankee me.
But I wore it very proudly, and your people were not too happy with me.
I wore a Yankee.
I have a very big announcement to make.
That's like wearing a white hood in Harlem. What the hell's the matter with you?
And no, he's not pregnant.
Mark DeRogatis just joined us. Says he hopes you're feeling better.
Thank you, Mark, and
What's
thank
up,
you for
Mark?
coming to visit me, and also Paul. Thank you for coming.
Well, he
to
didn't come and
me.
visit. He was working in the building.
He came and
just
visited.
he
He
walked
didn't have to
upstairs.
come up and
I
say
know,
hi.
I know. I'm kidding. Mark DeRogatis, the pride of Ocean Medical Security staff, and I got a very big announcement for everybody. This is a groundbreaker.
Oh, you got peanut butter jelly sandwich.
No, we have a
My
new...
mother-in-law's doing the hokey pokey.
No, well, she's in hokey pokey
Because
recovery.
that'll break some ground, man.
I had a friend that was in hokey pokey recovery. He turned himself around, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I could see where this is going.
Well, you know the guy from Bingo, the guy that invented Bingo?
What's his
He
name?
had cancer, and they found out it was right. It was B9.
Yeah. I remember Bingo the chimp. He used to dress just like Costello.
Could you tell me what a toothpaste is? All right, here's the big announcement. We have a new affiliate. Animal House Radio will now be heard every Thursday evening at 10 p.m. on govsradio.com.
Out of where?
Govs Radio.
Governor's Comedy Club has a new radio
Oh,
station.
okay.
So we'll be broadcast live from there. Thanks to Tony Walker over there. He's got a morning show from 11 to 1 every
nice.
morning.
Good.
They got a nice setup over there, and I reached out to them, and they welcomed us with open arms. So 10 o'clock on Thursday nights, you'll hear us on govsradio.com.
Cool.
Do we have to talk slower because it's a day later?
Yeah, right?
No, it'll be all right.
He welcomed us with open arms.
Don't forget I have my riddles as well.
If we listen to the show, we know how it ends.
Yeah, right. Oh! Go right to the ending. All
No
right.
static for me.
Hold on, you want to do your riddles?
Yeah, if you have time, we'll do that.
Yeah, hold on. Why is this doing this? No? Okay.
It's Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
Yeah.
This
We
is
should
crackling.
do stupid stuff, because that's always fun.
Carlo,
We should do that, Paul.
Carlo, before you do that, I'd like to introduce a gentleman I met, John. Right?
On
John.
Tinder? On Tinder?
No. John is actually a great person. He met a lot of celebrities. He's a trivia guy, and he wants to maybe do a radio
Awesome.
show with us.
Oh, cool.
All right.
So I told him to come in and check you guys
is he a trivia
out.
guy? Does he want to play riddles?
John, do you want to play riddles with them, or? Well,
I'm gonna say a riddle and you have
You
to
have
guess.
to guess it. Yeah. Well,
So-
you and
so are
Paul,
we, so don't
you
worry
and
about it.
Paul could shake hands.
So you're saying that he's trivial? Is that what you're saying?
He's
John?
trivial.
no, he's from around West Sayreville. John, is it?
How did you meet him? You swiped right?
No, went to trivia.
Okay. All right.
We did trivia with Frank Todd's Top 20.
He played trivia on Plenty of Fish.
Is it music trivia or all kinds of trivia?
Well, what
No,
was
it's music trivia.
What was the trivia? Guess how much black mold is in your home?
No, music trivia.
Oh, music trivia.
Oh, you have to
This
sing it. You have to
man,
sing it.
met. Wait, what?
Well,
Ray
what's your
Manzarek?
name
Who else?
again?
Who
I'm
else did you
sorry.
meet, John?
John. Okay, gotcha.
He met everybody.
Well,
So I play everybody.
I've got you under my house.
Under my house.
John, welcome, and we hope
Yes,
you
welcome.
come
Carlo,
aboard.
Paul, Tim, and Will, and Gisela.
And it's all downhill from here.
Good.
Same here, man.
You too.
But
That's
nowhere
cool.
else
I love
in
it.
the world can you be fed well and lose your termites at the same time. Right here, man.
You should give us examples of some of the music trivia he's got.
Gotcha.
Just
Ready
give us
to go?
examples.
Yeah, well, let's
Riddle me
let's
this.
get to it. We're on a tight schedule today, and
So tight.
we'll do what we can to get John acclimated into our
Ooh,
roughly
acclimated.
dysfunctional family here. And
I thought that was the artificial sugar that got rid of
acclimated.
acclimates.
Acclimated.
You mean I could have had an acclimation day? I didn't have to just jump right in?
You can have a reclamation day.
A reclamation day. Okay.
All right,
We can
it's
do that
time
too.
for Gisella's favorite part of the evening.
I know a girl had. I know a girl had acclimedia.
All right.
Under my skin.
All right, can we let the girl do
Okay,
her
everybody,
bit?
put your thinking caps on.
Go ahead, we're ready.
What goes in dry and hard but comes out wet and soft?
If you
I know a few people like that.
if you wash the clothes after you dry them, no.
What goes
Pasta.
in? Say it again. What goes in?
What goes in dry and hard but comes out wet and soft?
Cement.
A Q-tip.
Sand.
Nope.
Pasta.
Nope.
Dry and hard, wet and soft. Probably women.
I would say
forced
spaghetti.
myself on.
Spaghetti.
Anybody on Facebook Live want to answer
Spaghetti.
this?
It's
Yeah.
spaghetti.
It's no spaghetti, okay?
It's the right answer.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Tim
It's no
wiping his
spaghetti.
junk on drapes.
Dry and hard.
No, yeah, because the drapes would be
What you
dry
gonna
and
do
hard.
with all that junk?
And
all
you throw
that
them in a
junk
washer to
inside
come
these
out
jeans?
wet and soft. Now we're talking, man.
You guys give up?
Are you fabricating this?
Yes, I am.
Oh, I have another guess. It's pretty
Go ahead,
pretty
tell
down
me.
south. It's a tampon.
Nope.
All right.
Wow,
That was a good guess.
But
though.
that's an answer with no strings attached.
That's right. Well, no, it actually has a string attached. I don't know.
That's
Well,
out of,
tampons does have strings.
I like
right?
that out of the box thinking, Will. Good for you. Good for you. But,
Anything?
It was bloody good. It was bloody good.
And you?
I said a Q-tip. That's the only
No.
thing.
I went
Anybody?
to college at Kotek.
No.
Wait a minute. Say it one more time.
Okay. What goes in dry and hard but comes out wet and soft?
Wet and soft, dry and
A
hard.
dick.
Oh, a bathing suit. I don't know.
No. Oh, Matt got it right. Gum. Good boy, Matt. You beat the animals.
Gum.
I love you.
We just had Shannon and Elizabeth
You know what?
on, and now we're beating animals.
Matt, this one's for you.
But to be
Ding,
fair,
ding.
all our answers were correct.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
It wasn't my answer.
That's
so
why
you
you
are
do Sal's
wrong.
riddles.
They were all correct.
These are my riddles.
Sorry, we're all correct.
All right, ready?
You know Matt Googled that answer.
No, he did not
yes,
Google.
He did.
Anyway.
How do you Google soft and hard?
No, you Googled.
You got to put Trump's name before it.
Okay.
No, you put Tim Eli before Viagra. No.
Nice.
No, you can Google the riddles.
You know, Viagra comes in liquid form now. This way you can pour yourself a stiff one.
Well, they have nasal spray for dickheads. You know.
Yeah, huh?
So.
Okay. What goes up, lets out a load, and then goes back down?
Say it
Lets
again.
out a load?
Say it again.
An
What?
What goes
airplane.
up, lets out a load, and then goes back down?
An airplane. A skydive.
Wash.
Mike Lepowski, do you got this?
Wash.
Come on,
Me on
Matt. You
Saturday.
got this.
No, wait,
Let's
what,
go.
What goes up?
What goes up,
Hot air balloon.
lets out of load, and then goes back down?
Hot air balloon.
Yeah, balloon.
Nope.
Yeah.
Come on, Matt. Get them again. Hurry, hurry.
Clothes.
Google it. Google it.
A steam
Wash
whistle.
machine.
Nope.
No, it goes up. It goes up. So it's
Goes
got
up, lets out a load, and then comes what? How's it go?
a suicide
goes up.
bomber.
Crop duster.
Goes up. Wait, goes up.
No, technically, you are right. You
Yeah.
know, that is
Say it
a
again.
good answer.
Say it again, Giselle.
What
Good
goes
answer.
up, lets out a load, and then goes back down?
Tim,
Has
I'm
to be an
gonna-
airplane. Has to be an
Tim,
airplane.
Skydiver.
That's what I said.
Yeah, a bomber. A bomber airplane.
Yeah, it has to be something
Tim,
to do with
that was a
airplane.
good answer before. I'm going to give you a good answer, Bell.
Yeah.
And Matt said, "Old one. Come on, guys. Come on."
Oh man,
All
I don't know.
answer-
I don't know
all-
if that's how you sound.
All the
I'm gonna
answers
try.
are correct.
he's easily googling it. There's no
He's not
way.
even Googling. He's just making fun of you because you guys can't get it.
Yeah, because he's sitting at home googling and go, "Oh, this is so
he's
easy."
rolling on the floor,
Does
laughing.
Does his
You
wife?
sure it's not a seizure?
Does his wife know he's googling?
He doesn't have a wife, but he's going to be on Plenty of Fish.
Because sometimes when I let out a load, I roll around on the floor too. I do that curly thing, in a circle.
Hey, doesn't Googling sound like a really dirty act?
Yes, exactly. That's what I just said.
Just imagine two guys in the car say, "Yeah, last night I Googled her."
Well, do you guys give up?
Yes, because we had all the right answers.
Gisela,
All right,
you
ready?
have stumped me on this one.
Elevator.
It's the same
No,
thing.
because sometimes they're empty and people just play with the buttons.
That's ridiculous.
Right. This game sucks.
No, I like the game.
Where's,
All right, ready?
Where's Julia Scotti when you need her? Call her up and let her say, "This sucks."
What gets longer when pulled, fits between breasts, slides neatly into a hole, has choked people, and works best when jerked?
A leash.
All right, a mortgage?
No.
Jamie Farr.
Wow, that was a
So
long one.
what gets longer when pulled, fits between breasts, slides neatly into a hole, has choked people, and works best when it's jerked?
Bra.
Chicken. Turkey. Jerk chicken.
Come on, Matt.
Brajol
Hurry.
with the string
Get it.
on it.
Elevator.
No.
Elevator.
It fits neatly into a hole.
Neatly into a hole.
Fits
Or an
between
hole.
breasts.
It fits between
breasts.
I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Fits between breasts. So wait a minute.
Boutonniere.
You gotta think of chickens.
A tampon string.
Think of a chicken. Think of a chicken. When she says breast, it's not a girl.
No, it's not.
And don't forget the clue. It works best when it's jerked.
Right. So it's got to be like some kind of chain.
Oh, the thing when you do
No,
a baster.
it's not a noose.
A baster.
No.
A masturbaster.
No.
Hey, he must be an expert
No.
fisherman then.
No.
Turkey's not a headliner.
No.
Oh, boy.
You guys give up?
Give us a hint.
Never.
Well, see, I missed like 3 shows, so I had to make sure I made up for it.
Yeah, you did. Because we're
And
all,
I-
Give us a small hint.
Okay, a small hint.
Tiny.
You
teeny-
hate it.
Eggplant?
Nope.
Oh,
What the hell's that fit between breasts?
Why
What
not?
kind of acts are you
I
doing
think it
at home?
depends on the breasts.
Really?
I hate it.
He hates it with a passion.
I hate dick, and that fits well between breasts.
Especially when you're forced to do it. You hate it.
Eat beets.
No.
You did it today.
Oh.
Take out the garbage?
No.
No, got to fit between breasts.
It fits between breasts. What did you do?
What did you do, Carlo?
What did you do?
What the hell did
A
you
bagel?
do?
I ate a bagel.
And then you dumped your load afterwards.
Matt said, laughing my ass
And you
off.
came down.
Yeah.
I ate a bagel. I put the show together. I took a shower.
Are you give up? Because I gave you the biggest hint.
Does it have to do with chickens as far as the breasts go?
And you might know this too.
No.
Giselle.
It's something that he hates.
He hates a lot of shit. The hell am I going to... Where's that?
Oh, geez, that's a raving endorsement.
And tell me the things he likes. That'll narrow down the list.
Yeah, that could be some of the people
That's a
on my
much-
last show.
It's a much smaller
Probably not.
list.
You give up?
No, I'm gonna get.
Oh
this.
my God, you're not
Something
gonna
I
get
hate.
But wait, can I get a hint? Is the when you talk about the breast, you mean
Salad?
chicken?
I'm
Chicken
just
breast?
saying.
Can you give us a hint?
You know what this is because he hates it, and it was said today.
But the breast, does it have to do with chicken?
It was on the way to the show.
Wawa.
Fits neatly between breasts. Get out of here. Really?
Say it. Go
No,
ahead.
but not me. You just said
Just
it.
say it.
I
Say
can't
it.
do that. He'll hit me.
Say it.
Or I'll say it. You didn't let me finish. Carlo, seatbelt.
Yeah, there
He
you
got
go.
it.
That's a good riddle.
That's a
You
very
like
good
that,
riddle.
right?
I'm never going to tell it to anybody.
Yeah, but that's. Men
But
don't-
it's really good, seriously.
That's a very. Men don't have breasts.
Excuse me.
fits between your breasts.
You have breasts.
Everybody has
No,
breasts.
fuck you.
Thank you, sir.
Everybody has breasts.
Yeah.
They're just not all nice
Listen,
looking.
ready? All I have to say is boop. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, listen, I got pictures of missing kids on mine, man.
Okay, ready?
Easy.
This is a good one for Ruben.
What?
I am tall when I'm young.
Christopher Lloyd.
And I am short when I'm old. What am I?
I'm tall. Say it one more time.
I am tall when I'm young and short when I'm old. What am I?
Will Chamberlain.
This is a perfect one for Ruben, and that's a big hint, guys.
Rice and beans.
A candle.
Short one.
Very good. He got it. Da 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 da.
Candle.
A candle.
Will, I tell you, you're on fire today, Will.
I was thinking
I'm so
for
bad
real.
at this.
Hairline, right?
All right.
Hairline works too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works too.
So here's number 5. What's so delicate that saying its name breaks it? So what's so delicate that saying its name breaks it?
Beetlejuice.
Silence.
Very good.
You're the boss.
Da-da-da-da-da.
I got one for that.
Yay.
I give myself a good answer, Bill.
Boy.
Don't give one to Will. That's.
Oh wait, here we go, Will.
Wait a minute.
Hey,
Wait a minute.
Ripple.
You gotta wait a minute because Matt's still Googling it.
He's 3 times as tall as us. I had to give him 3.
All right, ready? What goes up and never goes down?
My ex-wife.
Jean's mortgage.
Air.
Yeah.
Hot air.
Smoke.
Hot air.
Goes up, never comes down.
All right, Matt. Come on, Mary.
Hot air.
Come on, Michael.
What makes
What
a
goes up
balloon
and never
go up?
comes down?
Hot air. What's keeping you
Clouds?
Nope.
President Trump's
What
ego.
goes up and never
No, I
comes
said
down?
clouds.
down? A spinning wheel.
Clouds.
Nope.
A spinning wheel.
Gas.
goes up?
Gas.
Gas.
Gas goes up.
It never,
comes down.
ever comes down.
That's gas.
Ever.
No, it comes down when I let it go.
The sky?
Never. Never,
Oh,
never,
man.
never.
It
never
smells
comes
like
down.
Metamucil and
Angels.
corn chips, man.
Angels.
No.
Angels.
Space shuttle.
No, angels are supposed to come down once in a while.
That's true.
What goes up?
What
and never-
goes up
Must
doesn't come down.
Spinning wheel. Got to go round.
Talking
Spill
about
the
your trouble.
wine.
Yeah.
Dig that, girl.
That chick was a great talker, too. Yes, I'm okay.
Let the spinning wheel
All
spin.
right, settle down.
Okay, you guys give up?
Yeah, because it's ridiculous.
All right, it's ridiculous. It's 3 letters. That's a hint.
Aristophanes.
Air.
No.
I said sky.
I said
and
gas, and no, you
No.
said
Sky.
No.
Gas goes up, never
3
comes
letters.
3 letters.
What goes
A
up?
tree?
down. No,
Well, trees come down eventually.
Trees 4 letters. Thanks for paying attention.
And we
I thought the E was silent.
and we've every single person in the whole entire world experienced this.
War.
No.
Well, it's not sex. I can vouch for that.
Matt said, hopefully my bank account, and
Oh.
Mary said a balloon.
How about sun?
Nope.
Nope.
It goes up
The
and
sun
never
goes
comes down.
Oh, yeah.
Comes up and down.
Well, it really doesn't, but.
Yeah.
You guys give up, or you thirsty
you
for
got
more?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we're struggling.
All right, age. Oh, I got you guys good again.
That was a good one.
That is a good one, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's not true, though. That guy that, what do you call it, played? Brad Pitt played.
Yeah, that's right. Billy Burbick or something.
Benjamin
Button.
Benjamin Button.
That's right.
So that doesn't seem wrong. Give the wrong sign. That's wrong.
Well, technically, his age never came down.
And we've all experienced it. I wasn't lying.
And his went up again when he left his wife.
I'm not experiencing it at
Right
all.
now, we're gonna get Ted Lange on the phone. So
Ted Lang.
Could we
Blanche.
sing The Love Boat? Do you have the theme song?
yes, I do.
Let's do it.
The love boat.
Let me know when you get him on the phone.
Love. Exciting and new. Climb aboard. We're expecting you.
Hey, someday there'll be a love boat for Hamilton radio personnel.
They should do.
We'll all have guest spots.
They should do a reboot with that. I think it would be pretty fun.
Why not? They're rebooting everything else. Seriously, yeah.
Well, what's good about the show is that they have all the guests from all the TV shows on the show.
Right.
Plus, you had a coke-sniffing hostess. You know? Can you do that today?
That goes up and then come down.
Yeah.
Another run. The Love Boat. Jack Jones, folks.
Yeah,
He was actually, yeah.
You know, he lived next door to us.
The sights for adventure. Romance.
Are you dialing on the right thing?
Yeah, he says he needs Skype credit. You got Skype credit?
No.
Skype credit?
Call him on the other line then.
He's trying to call collect.
609. You don't have a 609? Don't you have another number on Skype? Besides.
That's only inbound, not outbound.
Yeah, when you want to call out, you got to pay the credit. You can't call anybody without credit.
I have a credit.
How do we usually call?
Why don't you call yourself and see if it works?
I
have no credit.
Well, call yourself in.
I can give you credit.
I can give you a lot of credit.
I have nothing but bad
No,
credit.
everything used to
sorry.
work until we moved everything. You know?
They got the one guy they're interrogating under the hot lamp. Yeah.
Oh, I hear it.
No head.
They're working.
right, it's coming up.
No, you got no. It's for us to call out.
Oh,
It should work.
we got to call out.
All right. Do me a favor.
just called in.
Somebody called us.
Who called
That was
us?
me. I just dialed.
He's dialing himself.
You're
Take-
Ted Lang?
Hold on a minute. Take that number I gave you and give him this number and tell him we're having some inbound problems to call us.
I don't know your number.
You don't know the
Why
number
don't you
you've been doing?
text him?
My God, Gene. Wow, you're fired. That's it. Out.
He's
I
the
want you ousted.
Genie.
Just text him. All right, so
We can only call
us every night.
We can only
you're
take
gonna do the,
inbound
while we're
calls.
waiting, we're gonna do the stupid stuff.
His name is Mr. Lange.
And what exactly is the stupid stuff?
I thought it was Lang.
No.
You sure it's not Lang?
No,
I know it's spelled Lange, but I think it's Lang. Ted Lang.
I always
She'll
thought
say
it was
one
Lang,
thing
but I
and
don't
they'll
know.
just go on it.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I don't think it's not. He's not pronounced. It's Lang.
It is. I heard it in an interview.
No, through his
I heard it in an
Well, we're gonna find out when we ask
Call
him.
him outside and say, "Can you call us on this number? We're having some difficulties with our other phone line. So can you call us?"
Oh, you want me to call
and
him?
give him that
You don't
number.
want me to text him?
No.
No, because he's actually waiting outside.
Can you say please and thank you?
The Genie. All right, so anyway.
So anyway, what about the stupid stuff that Paul was saying about? All right,
What
the
is
stupid stuff. Do we have a theme song for stupid stuff?
Yes, we do.
I
Come on, play it while we're waiting. Go.
I don't have it queued up. 'cause
Oh,
I wasn't-
Yeah, but he's gonna call right away, so don't even bother.
Is he?
Yeah, he's gonna call. He's gonna tell him.
Izzy Wizzy.
He's waiting for us to call him, so he's gonna call.
So I went to see the ELO reboot a week ago tonight.
Oh, yeah,
Jeff
how
Lynch,
was that?
he's got a phenomenal backing orchestra. I mean, 2 cello players, good-looking women, violin.
Yeah.
And it was cool because he was the face man anyway. So they played all the
he's a
hits.
hell of a producer.
Then he goes in the middle of the set. He goes, "Hey, and I'm going to play a song from another band I was with." He
Traveling Wilburys?
Yeah, Traveling Wilburys. He
Good
did their
song.
biggest hit, which was. He helped me with this real quick. I don't remember.
I'm all right.
No, not the Wilburys. It was. I mean, yeah, it's the Wilburys, but it was.
You got it?
Handle me with care.
Oh, Handle Me With Care, yeah.
And he had a guy that nailed the Roy Orbison part like you wouldn't believe.
Right.
It was worth going to see. It really was.
Yeah, Jeff Lynne's
ELO.
great.
Yeah.
Look all the groups and people he's produced over the years.
Is that why you played
Tom
Hooky
Petty,
last
George
week?
Harrison?
Yeah, I
John
told you I
Lennon.
was going to see ELO, but yeah. And then, before a group called Dawes opened up, and they weren't half bad. I wasn't familiar with them at all.
Right.
They weren't half
I
bad.
never heard of them, but
Then they finished their set, and they're setting up the stage for Lynn, and they're playing all music from George and Petty, and all from everybody from the Wilburys. It was awesome.
Did you bring that girl that was gyrating at the last show that looked like she was on like LSD?
No, she was still in therapy at the time. I visited her this morning. I know what you mean, yeah. Oh, Gino's here.
He's calling in? Okay, so let's wait. He's going to be calling in.
Yeah, no, he should be any minute.
This was a great show, though. It really was, man. It was
Yeah.
like you didn't have to think, you just sit back and enjoy
Yeah,
it.
it was fun,
You
nice
see
thing.
all your favorite celebs sooner or later, yeah.
Everybody
it
from
was
all
good.
the TV series at the time.
Yeah.
It was a great show. I like
You
that,
have to
Fantasy,
admit-
that and Fantasy Island. They're the same.
Even in the 70s, this was a great theme song for a
Oh,
show.
yeah.
Because it's classic rock
It's
and
a great
everything,
hook.
but this was perfect.
It's got a great hook,
Yeah.
great melody.
Yeah.
I love Fantasy Island, too. Same idea.
Went to see Home at DJ's the
I
other
know
night.
them, right? They're good friends. Yeah.
God darn, it was great. to
They
see
own
them.
DJs.
When you're ready, bring them up, Gene, please.
Hello.
Hello, Ted.
All right.
Yes.
All right, everybody. It is 9:45. Joining us now is a veteran actor. He's an amazing actor that you've grown up with watching on TV and in movies. Please welcome for the first time, making his debut on the Animal House Radio Show and Armed Forces Radio Network. Please welcome Ted Lange.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank
and
you.
ladies. Are there any ladies in the house there?
Just one.
Yay. That's all we need. We at least need one.
All right. She's the estrogen that keeps all the testosterone in check.
We can't reproduce without one.
I have a big whip. It goes across all 6.
Ted,
We'll get back to you.
Ted, I want to just say thank you so much for taking the time to be with us tonight. As I know I speak for everybody here and all our men and women overseas, we grew up watching you on TV, and we love watching you, and it's truly an honor to have you with us tonight.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much. I'm glad that some people remember. That's always a nice
How
thing.
could we forget?
You don't forget. You're still on the air all the time. We don't forget.
Yeah, you are. You are one of those
What
actors.
city are you guys in? What city are you in?
New Jersey.
We're outside of Trenton area, in Hamilton. Outside Trenton.
Oh, well, I'm coming out there in October for the Chiller Festival.
Oh! Yes, we're gonna come and
We're gonna come see
you.
you.
I actually, I had
Yeah,
a,
come out and see me, please.
Definitely.
we definitely will.
Oh,
and we're gonna let
wow.
everyone know. I had a very delightful conversation today, Ted, with a gentleman who you may or may be acquainted with. It goes by the name of Bernie Coppell, and he spoke very highly of you. We're going to have him on next week.
Was he drunk? He spoke highly of me, huh? Was he drinking or was he
No, but he was
when
standing on a
said it?
chair.
No, I don't know if he had. I don't know if he had any whiskey, but I know he said one thing. He says out of the whole cast of the Love Boat that Ted and I were the closest, and we were like best friends.
That was nice.
Yeah, no, and it's true till today. And you know, I write plays now, and I take my plays around the country. And Bernie has appeared in some of my plays. So yeah, we're good buddies.
That's amazing.
Yes, he did say that. Hey, Ted, I gotta start off. You know, I so many shows I've watched you in, but I just loved That's My Mama and the character of Junior with the
with the
fringe.
that was a fun time. That was my initiation
Yeah.
in the show business, and I was very lucky because I got to sit and watch the lead guys, how they played off each other, and kind of get a sense of what goes into making a TV sitcom.
Right. Clifton Davis.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun for me.
I got to tell you, Ted, the synchronicity moment today. Me and Carl will get ready to come here, and his mother has on the old Match Game, the old TV show Match Game, and Clifton Davis is on there, and Gene Rayburn's talking about That's My Mama. I go, what a coincidence! We're interviewing Ted.
Wow. Yeah. Clifton was amazing on that show. Yeah, we really had a good time, and well, I didn't realize he did a Match Game too, huh?
Yeah, he was on today.
Did they?
Yeah, that's the game. Yeah, Game Show Network, huh?
Yeah. Ted, did they with the That's My Mama? Did you have to audition for that, or they automatically gave you the part?
Oh no! I had a tough audition for that.
Right.
And there were 3 of us, and in my audition, there was one kid he had to be 18, and he was the prettiest black guy you ever seen in your life, but he wasn't funny.
Right.
And then there was another guy named Ray Biddy. He went on to do some movies and stuff with Donna Summer. He was my real competition.
I remember him.
But I had a secret ace in the hole. Just before I got ready to do my audition, I had gone around and introduced myself to the crew people.
Oh, smart.
And the prop man had my name. His name was Ted. And he saw what the screen test was, and what it was my character was a hustler.
Right.
So just before I got ready to shoot my scene, he came over to me and he said, you know, all of the crew guys are taking bets on who's going to win the part, and my money is on you. And I just got one thing to say to you, and that's use the phone. And I said, what are you talking about? Use the phone. He said, you're playing a hustler. Check the coin return in the phone.
Right.
And that little bit is what put me over the top.
Oh,
There you go.
Yeah, and so from then on, I always listened to the crew people.
Right.
Oh, okay. So they were
Smart.
like your muse.
What was the name of the guy?
Yeah, well, they seen everything come down the pike. You know, cameraman does about 100 shows. They sort of know where the joke is going, and and they know where the joke should be going if it isn't going there. So
right.
crew people, the costumer, the hairdresser, the makeup person, it's always good to talk to them because sometimes they have an insight that other people connected to the show may not have.
My favorite
that was my lesson for the day.
My favorite 2 characters on that show were you and the gentleman that played the mailman. I always forget his name.
Oh, Earl?
Teddy Wilson.
That's it. Yeah.
Ted.
You guys were great on that show. I love that.
Thank you. Yeah.
Teddy, did they?
Yeah, huh?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No. I wanted to ask you, what the script for That's My Mama, did they allow a lot of ad-libbing, or do you had to follow the script?
No, we followed the script, on the first day.
Right.
On the second day, they did rewrites, and we would ad-lib. It depends on what worked.
Right. Right.
So if you were doing a joke and it wasn't quite landing correctly, then they let you fool around with it a little bit. And that's how I came up with my catchphrase, ooh-wee.
Right.
Yeah, because they would, I'd kind of need to pump up my energy when I came in the door.
Right.
And I would say,
love it.
Did you get to keep any of those fringe jackets?
Oh yeah. Well, they didn't let me keep them, but somehow I was gifted, even when they didn't realize it.
All right, they fell off
Use
the
a hustler.
Let's just say I walked away with the jacket.
They fell off the boat. They fell off the boat.
Yeah, right. Exactly. We had a lot of fun on that.
That was a great show.
Ted, I want to thank Shelley for putting this together for us. I got to ask. She said that you received a letter from one of our servicemen, and
yeah, I got a letter from a guy named Todd Walker,
right,
who is serving in the Middle East.
Right.
And he wrote just a wonderful letter. Can I read just a little bit?
No, read. You can read the whole thing if you'd like. That's
Whatever
absolutely.
you want to do. Whatever you want.
Well, I'll read the whole thing then. He says, "My name is Todd Walker, and I'm serving our country in the Middle East. I just arrived here for a 2-year tour, and I'm so thankful to have this opportunity to support and defend our Constitution. I simply wanted to thank you for having a profound impact on my life. You see, my dad and I spoke every single night, I'd say easily for the past 10 years. He was my best friend. Unfortunately, before heading out here, he passed away from a short battle with cancer. While I miss him so very much, the memories of our conversation about your career, along with the joy you brought us, continues to play in my memory, and it gives me great comfort and peace." And I just thought, wow, usually when you get fan letters, it's always about, I need an autograph, I want a picture. This guy didn't ask for anything. He just wanted to thank me, and I thought that was a really sweet thing to do.
Yeah. That's beautiful. When you get a letter like that, Ted, how does it make you feel, though?
Yeah.
Well, then you realize that you actually touch people. You know what I mean?
Right.
I once used to, after the show was over, I used to kind of poo-poo our show, and I was looking for other things. And I had a woman come up to me one time, and this is when I stopped, I acknowledged that Love Boat had an impact on people's lives.
Right.
This lady came up to me, and she said, my dad was in the hospital, and he was suffering from cancer, and he was going through chemo. And she said the only thing he looked forward to every morning were the reruns of Love Boat, because it made him laugh and it made him forget about his pain.
Yeah.
Right.
Beautiful.
And when you realize a show can do that, it kind of humbles you that, that there are people out there watching what you do and enjoying and appreciating what you do. So I was very thankful to this lady, and that was when I started, because sometimes you go, well, it was just a comedy, it was just on a boat, then you got to say, well, thank you very much, and I appreciate that you enjoyed the work that we did.
Yeah, puts everything back in perspective.
Gisela, you had a question?
Yes,
yeah,
I do.
It really does.
Hello.
Pardon me?
Hi, Ted. This is
Hello.
Gisela. I'm actually asking you a question from one of our listeners. His name is Tom, and he wants to know what was making the film Record City like, considering it was with such an ensemble cast.
Wow, that was amazing. It was an experiment because it was the first time they did a film on tape.
Right.
And there's a guy named Jim Opry who had he had been the head of CBS, and this was, I think, his first venture out.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so this was on my rise up, so to speak. I mean, I was, going out and auditioning, and I got this part in Record City.
Right.
And it was so much fun because you recognized all the faces, you know, because they were the second bananas from just about every aspect of show business that you'd ever seen.
Right.
And one of my fun thing was Ruth Buzzy, who was in the movie.
I love Ruth Buzzy.
She had to put on a lot of makeup, and one day I asked her, "How long did it take you to put on makeup?" She said 3 hours.
Oh wow!
And so, like the next day or 2 days later, I came in late, and she was coming out of the makeup, and all of the makeup was off. And I said, "Ruth, the AD is looking for you." She says, "What do you mean?" "They want you to reshoot that scene that you just finished." And she looked at me, her face dropped, and I said, "Oh, no, I'm kidding.
Oh,
She had to do another 3 hours of makeup for a minute there. You know. So, yeah, we had a lot of fun. Rick Dees, who became a local DJ in Los Angeles, was on it, and Tim Thomerson, I don't know if you remember Tim Thomerson.
do.
Yeah, comedian,
Yeah, a lot of guys. Yeah, we all expanded. It was fun. And I think it was Michael Callan.
Yeah.
Who,
I know Michael,
he later did a guest appearance on Love Boat. And I said, I never saw Record City. He said, "Ted, that movie opened up in drive-ins. Don't go." You know, he said, "I don't think you want to see it." I said, "Oh, man." But it was a lot of fun to make, and the people were really, really great.
Right.
Ted.
Yeah, Record City.
Ted, let me ask you. I've watched a couple of interviews with you, and I have a couple of very interesting questions to ask. With the Love Boat, two-part question. Did you had to audition for that as well? And during the filming of that, I ask a lot of actors and actresses this. Did you guys have any idea that the Love Boat was going to blow up into this huge show?
Well, first, for your second part of the question, no, we didn't have a clue, because it's hit and miss. You know that. I mean, I just come off of 2 years of That's My Mama, and we thought that was going to run for 7 like Sanford and Son and the other shows, and it only lasted 2 years.
Right.
I did not audition for Love Boat. I interviewed for Love Boat, but what had happened was I had done That's My Mama for 2 years, and then I did another show for ABC TV, which was called Mr. T and Tina with Pat Morita.
Yes.
Pat Morita.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he left. Yeah. Arnold, remember Arnold?
Yeah.
He left Happy Days to start in his own TV show.
Yes.
And I did some really fine work in that. And so the network took more of a notice, because it wasn't the junior character, it was a different take. And so I went in and interviewed with the executive producer, Doug Kramer. So you have to understand, the network was already hot on me.
Right.
And so the network is telling them, look at this kid, we want this guy to be Isaac.
Right.
And so I went in and I had an interview, and he said, "Well, we're going to go to Mexico. We're going to shoot this pilot, and do you get seasick?" I said, "No, actor will say anything to get the job. You know how to ride a horse? Sure do.
Yeah.
Can you ride a Harley Davidson? Absolutely. Yamaha, yeah, sure.
Can you fly a spaceship?
Can you race drive a Ferrari? Sure, I can. We'll say anything to get the job.
Yes.
So Doug Kramer said, do you get seasick? No, absolutely not. Never gotten seasick a day in my life, which is true, because I'd never been on a boat.
True. That's like me.
So, and that was the extent of it. So,
that's funny.
When I went in, I got the job. I went in for the first day of shooting, and Bernie Coppell says to me, he says, "Hey, man, I didn't see you at the screen test." He said, "I saw some other black guys at the screen, but I didn't see you. Were you there earlier in the morning, or were you there late evening? When did you come?" I said, "Bernie, I didn't audition. I didn't screen test." He said, "You didn't screen test?" I said, "No, the really good actors didn't have to." I would tease him over the years. Whenever Bernie messed up, I would say, "Hey, Bernie, go what?" I said, "That's why you had the screen test." we would have fun with each other.
That's
we would have
funny.
fun with each other. So it was a good time. I was very lucky, very fortunate.
Tim, you had a question?
Yeah, Ted, I heard from a listener, and they got a question, believe it or not. Bill Hollis from South Philly wants to know your recipe for the dirty martini.
For the dirty martini. Plenty of juice, no vodka. Olive juice, no vodka. You know, like not even a shot of vodka. That'll make that dirty martini really dirty. You know, but who wants a really? You really want the vodka. You don't want the the other stuff.
Right.
I got it. Even the intro to The Love Boat. I mean, all the characters in the intro. I was just, how could you not be happy watching just the intro to that show?
Yeah.
Especially your picture, you know, when you're shooting the fingers out at us, you know. Yeah. Awesome stuff, Ted.
Yeah.
Great theme song.
Yeah, that was the double gun. And that came about because when we were shooting the intro, I turned to the producer and I said, "Why am I standing here doing, you know, I don't get it. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not turning away from anybody." And and I'm standing at this little makeshift bar, and he says, "If you want to think about something, Ted, think about the money you're getting." And then I pointed, okay, I got it. Right there and then, baby. And that's how that came about.
That's funny.
Think about some of the names you work with, too, and just on The Love Boat alone.
Yeah.
Some of the guest stars.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Ted, yes. My question for you would be, what is your favorite scene that you had the best memory making?
Oh, we had so much fun. You know what happens is, first of all, the thing about Love Boat was we would go out once a year to different countries. So each country held its own kind of magic for us.
Right.
But one of my big heroes was Gene Kelly.
Oh, God.
And,
yes.
Yeah, man. And I got to, and at that time, Gene was older and he was a little cranky.
Right.
And so people would ask him about Singing in the Rain, and he didn't want to talk about Singing in the Rain anymore, you know.
That's funny.
But I asked him about the Nicholas Brothers. I don't know if you guys know.
Yes.
You know the Nicholas
Oh,
Brothers?
yeah. Great dancers, yeah.
Yeah, two black tap dancers that were in Stormy Monday. And they did a movie called The Pirate with Gene Kelly.
Right.
And so everybody else kind of stayed away from him, but I went and sat down next to him. I said, "Mr. Kelly, what was it like working with the Nicholas Brothers?"
Right.
And he kind of looked up from his magazine and he took me in for a beat. And then a smile came across his face, and he told me some great stories about the Nicholas Brothers. Wow. And then later that evening, he and I went out for drinks. It doesn't get any better than that.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't get any better than that. So Gene and I, we became pals. Lee Majors was another one. He and I went out. He liked Stolish Night. I liked Stolish Night. We would go out and get drunk. And I swear to you, we were in Hong Kong, and we had our backs up against, we were standing outside of the hotel, and we had our backs against the wall so that the hotel wouldn't fall down. That's how drunk we were.
Oh, wow.
And right then and there, he gave me a job directing Fall Guy.
I was gonna say that's how he came up. That's how he came up with the title.
Yeah.
And
yeah, right, exactly. That was one of the ways. So he and I hit it off. We just hit it off.
Yeah.
So there are memories like that. There are people that I didn't know I would have anything in common with. John Aston, who was on the Addams Family.
I love John
Aston. Yes.
He came to us. He came with us to Egypt.
Right.
And we would walk through the Valley of Kings together and stuff like that, and we were exchanging stories. And I didn't see him for like 25 years. Goes by.
Right.
And then I'm in a theater festival in North Carolina, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. John Aston is in the same festival, and we almost literally picked up the conversation right where we stopped 25 years earlier.
Oh, wow.
I mean, wow. I mean, that was amazing. So there are memories like that. Do you know what I mean? Where you make friends. And that's the thing with me, Bernie, Fred, Gavin, Tweez, and Jill. is that we're friends and we love each other, and we just stayed in contact and supported each other in our careers.
Yeah, you know what, Ted? I saw an interview with you, and you said two very interesting things. The first thing you said was, I think during one season they made Janet Jackson your love interest, but it was a little awkward for you because you were 30 years old, and at the time she was 17.
She was 17! That was like robbing the cradle. Are you kidding me? Come on.
You're under arrest,
But
sir.
they didn't care, because Janet was hot at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to them and saying, doesn't this look odd to you? Doesn't? They go, no, you guys look fine together. You look fine together.
No, but if you're in
And
international
so,
waters, they can't touch you.
You got to be careful, Ted, because in New Jersey, 17 will get you 30.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was worried. That's exactly what I was worried about, is passing through New Jersey.
Everybody worries about that.
Oh yeah, still.
Yeah.
And then I heard
it wouldn't be a problem now. Janet has certainly matured.
Right. Oh yeah. Then
and I go with her and I say, hey, remember me and you? And she goes, vaguely.
Oh my! And then I heard you say
Yeah,
that.
sweet.
I heard you mention that one of your favorite guests on the show was Tom Hanks, and that was his first time on TV. And you said that you saw something in him that he was going to be a big deal.
You could see the actors that were going to go on. You absolutely could see it. It's like if you're a DJ and you're listening to music and you say, "Whoa, that one's strong." You know what I mean? Or you know what I'm saying? You're in your area of expertise.
Yeah.
I think sometimes you don't know. You know they're going to have a successful career. You don't know how big it'll get or anything like that.
Right.
But, Lonnie Anderson came on. You knew immediately. Priscilla Barnes came on.
Right.
You knew immediately. Martin Short came on the show. So and Tom Hanks, this was before Bosom Buddies. He did this. He had not filmed an episode of Bosom Buddies.
Right.
Oh, wow.
They did a Love Boat to promote Bosom Buddies, and then, like, the next week or 2 weeks later, he went on to shoot Bosom Buddies. But his very first acting job in front of the camera was with us.
Right.
Oh, wow. Giselle, you had a question?
Yeah. Another listener, actually, he's our sister station, Lewis. He wants to know if there's any talk of a reunion for the Love Boat.
There's always talk of a reunion, baby. This is show business.
Oh, my
Thank you. Whether it's really going to happen, I don't know. But they're always talking about reunions, or they're talking about doing a feature film with you. Sometimes the talk is with you. Sometimes the talk is without you.
That's funny.
But as long as they're talking, it keeps you in the loop. So.
And then the second part was, P.S. Janet is a grown woman now.
Yeah, she's okay now. But
yeah. Now I'm knocking on the door and she won't answer.
You know what, Ted? I loved all the shows growing up in the 70s and 80s. I grew up watching them, and I'm a little on the fence about some of these shows that they're rebooting because they're just. I don't know where they're getting their feedback from, but see, the show like The Love Boat that had an ensemble cast with different celebrities, see, that's something I would want to see, so I would welcome a reboot of that.
Yeah.
But I noticed this from a lot of the TV shows that had ensemble characters come in and out. Like, we had Burt Ward on from Batman, and he said everybody in Hollywood wanted to be on this show. Was that the same thing for The Love Boat? You had people dying to be on the show?
Oh, yeah, and plus, we would go to these exotic places, so they would. Our show was in the top 5, so not only were they sure to be seen, but sometimes they would go to, Australia or Fiji or the Greek islands, or you know what I mean. You had exotic places that you were going to, and some of the actresses were smart enough to. When they made the deal, they made a deal so they could keep their costuming.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ursula Andress, you remember Ursula Andress from Dr. No?
Yeah, yes.
She bought her winter clothes through Love Boat, and we were shooting in the middle of July.
So she didn't wear much.
She had to lose 7 to 10 pounds. She had to lose 7 to 10 pounds.
Plus, she didn't wear much.
But, huh?
She didn't have to wear much then.
Well, yeah, later, yeah. But anyway, yeah, no, we had fun, and we that's how can you get Gene Kelly? How can you get Linda Evans? Because people really wanted to be a part of the experience.
Sure.
And then we, the cast, had a good reputation in Hollywood because. And I attribute this to Gavin and Bernie. If you came on our show, we would always go up to you and we would introduce ourselves and thank you for coming to our house to play with us. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow. That's cool. Yeah. That's really...
Yeah, that came from Bernie and Gavin. They said, this is how you do it. This is what you do. So
you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made everybody feel at home.
That's it.
And so then they had a good time. We had a couple of people that were used to, fighting on their shows or struggling for, different things.
Right.
And we would say, no, that doesn't happen here.
Right.
We're happy to give you whatever you need. This is a comedy. It's not a drama.
Right.
And it's about having fun and enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
Because you got to make a joke work. And if your face is all scrunched up,
right,
how are you going to be, funny, So
Well, that's
relax
the thing.
and enjoy yourself.
That was the beauty of the show, is that everything was kept so light. It was just, you don't have to use your mind. You just sit back and just have fun with all the locales.
To me, a show like that was lightning in a bottle. You're never going to duplicate that. Like who are you going to get that's comparable to Gene? Even though there's lots of great celebrities today, but Gene Kelly, Frank Sinatra, Don Rickles, all that,
they're legends.
Them
really.
golden age of comedy guys. You can't beat that. I mean, I still go on YouTube and watch the Dean Martin roast, and that's some of the funniest stuff ever. They'll never beat that. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yep.
I agree 100%.
So, Ted, what are you working on right now? Are you retired? Are you still acting?
He's doing plays.
No, I've become more of a playwright. If you go to Amazon and type in my name, I got about a half dozen plays that you can buy on Amazon. And I just came back from Denver. I wrote a play which is a prequel to Othello.
Oh, wow.
And we did a reading of it in Denver at the Vintage Theater. And then here in Los Angeles, I got a new play called Blues in My Coffee, which is about two black guys in Starbucks.
That's funny.
And it deals with Black Lives Matter, but at the same time, there's comedy in it and there's drama in it. So those are the things that I'm doing now, and I've got another play on the boards that I've just about finished that I'm working on, and so that's what I've been doing. I direct a lot of television, and then I'll do a guest appearance here, a guest appearance there, whatever pops up. But mostly, like Fred Grandy and I, Gopher, we're going to do a play in Syracuse, New York in March.
Oh, wow.
At the Red House Theater, we're going to do I'm Not Rappaport.
Oh,
okay. Wow, great play.
Yes.
Yeah, great play. And so Fred and I have always wanted to do stuff on stage together, so we're finally getting a chance to do something together.
Any chance of you coming to New York or New Jersey?
He's coming to New Jersey for the Chiller convention.
Right, but I'm saying for the play.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
His plays I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you guys a call when I'm in Syracuse. And then, how far is Syracuse from where you guys are?
That's 6-hour drive.
Yeah, it's
it's worth it for you.
Yeah.
You're worth the 6-hour drive.
No, Rappaport's a great place.
I won't drive. I'll make Fred drive.
A listener wants to know, when will you be in Syracuse?
March, she said.
March, okay.
Of 2019, yeah.
2019.
That's a great play, I'm Not Rappaport. But Ted, do you still get the desire? I know you're doing plays now. I mean, do you still get the desire to do any kind of sitcoms? Because I think you're a legend. I mean.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. When stuff comes up, sometimes you get an offer, but you can't take it because you're somewhere on the other side of the country.
Right.
But sometimes I do. I get a shot to do stuff.
Right.
And Bernie and I have done a couple of sitcoms together where we played ourselves.
Right.
But it just depends where you are when they're asking, because sometimes you're available, sometimes you're not available.
Right.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not opposed to doing sitcoms. It's just finding the time or finding the right part, or sometimes you say, if you can do it a week later, I'm available. They go, we can't do it a week later. Or someone else says, yeah, okay, we'll do it a week later, and we'll shoot you this way. So there are things that you do, but I'm still doing things.
Good. Because you're a national treasure. We got to keep you around for as long as possible.
Well, thank you. You guys are very kind. And young lady.
Yes.
Stella, right?
Yeah.
Gisela,
yeah.
Tim, you had a question?
I just, before we get out of here, obviously, I just want to say I am so impressed with, the talent that you worked with in your entire career, but Love Boat in particular. I mean, Gavin McLeod, McHale's Navy, Mary Tyler Moore, Kelly's Heroes, Bernie Capel. He had a recurring role on That's Girl, for God's sake.
Get Smart.
Yeah, Get Smart. So,
yeah.
You have been blessed to work so much talent.
Between those two guys, and we were, Fred and I, because we were young kids starting out. Yeah. Fred and I were lucky that they took us aside and kind of schooled us, and so that was great. They made it. It all came down from Gavin. Gavin he's a gem. He's a gem, and people don't realize what a gem Gavin McLeod is. But he really is. He's a great guy, a nice man, and a wonderful actor.
Yep.
Absolutely. I'm trying to get him on the show as well. So if you have any connections, let us know.
Oh, God, yeah.
Well, I'll pass your information on to him and see what happens. Okay?
Absolutely, Ted. I want to tell you something. I'm gonna make it my point to get this audio clip over to what's his name? Tony Walker.
Todd Walker.
Todd Walker.
Todd.
I am gonna make it a point. Yeah, Todd Walker. I'm gonna make it a point to get
Todd A. Walker.
Todd A.
And I have a unit 61215. Does that help?
Yes, 61215.
616115.
Yeah, that's his unit. And I have 379 EMSG, whatever that is. I don't know what that means.
Okay, I know what that means. I will do my best to get him a clip of this audio to show him that you not only got his message and how much you appreciated and responded to it, and and it means a lot to us here because I know you're very busy, and thanks to Shelley Pine, and I just want you to know that I'm going to come up and see you in October in New Jersey.
We definitely are. Yeah.
And,
you're going to come by, Chiller?
Yes.
We'll definitely be there.
Come by, yeah.
Yes.
I definitely will. And before we let you go,
are you guys old enough to drink?
Oh, absolutely.
Slowly, especially.
We're in our 50s. We're old enough.
Yes, we're all over 17.
Well, maybe I'll buy you a drink.
Okay.
All right. We're all over 17, so you're good.
All right. Yeah. As long as you're not 17, then I'm okay.
Yeah. Before we let you go, Ted, would you do me one small favor?
What's that?
Could you do a station ID for us?
And what is the station ID?
Just introduce yourself any way you want, and then say you're listening to the Animal House Radio Show on the Hamilton Network.
Wait. Animal House
Radio Show.
It's Hamilton Radio.
Radio Show.
On the Hamilton Radio Network.
On the Hamilton
Radio Network.
Yeah.
Radio
Network.
Yeah. Network. Got it.
Whenever you're ready, just count yourself down.
Introduce yourself any way you want.
Yeah.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, this is Ted Lange from Love Boat, and that's my mama. And you're listening to Animal House Radio Show on the Hamilton Radio Network. Stay tuned. Lots of good stuff coming forward.
Yeah, that's beautiful, awesome, Ted. Thank you
so much.
God bless you, Ted.
All right.
Hey, Ted.
My friend.
Ted, can I get an ooh-wee out of you before we go? God bless you, Ted, and thank you so much. You've entertained us and the troops. Thank you. We'll see you soon at Chiller.
Definitely.
Okay, see you later, guys.
Thank you,
Ted. Thank you so much.
Ted Lange, everybody.
Bye-bye.
That was great, man.
Gosh, what a great interview.
The memories that these people,
It's Lang, not Lange. Lang. He said Lang.
No, he said Lange at the end.
Yeah.
I thought he said Lang.
No, I heard him say Lange.
It's Lange. I heard him on...
During his promo, he said Lange.
Really?
Yeah.
That
caught me off guard.
So
but
you're 0 for 3, Paul. So, Will, what did you think?
I thought it was a great show.
Yeah, I appreciate. So I want to talk more because we got a few minutes left. We're going to go a little bit over tonight, and I don't care if Gene likes it or not. What? Okay, yeah, no problem. So 502 Entertainment.
Yes, sir.
You're comedians that put on shows, promote shows for regular comedy shows, and you'll do benefits and fundraisers.
Yes. So if they contact us through our Facebook page, if someone's sick and they need a promotion, we'll see what comics we have available and try to get them a comedy show for a benefit.
Absolutely. Yeah. What are some of the causes that you guys have?
We've done it for cancer patients. We've done it for victims of violence. We've helped out a lot of people.
Right.
They do it more for personal side, which is
for
nice.
personal side,
Yeah.
not for the big corporations. They get a lot of money. You know, the
Yeah.
American Heart Association does not need $1,000.
Right.
The young lady down the block who got injured,
Right.
she needs $1,000.
Yeah.
You know.
People who lost their house in a fire, or they have a young child that's sick and they don't have the right health care. You know, that's really great that you guys are doing that. Now it's yourself, Will Palumbo, Thomas Remsky, and who else?
Marcus Kasman.
Marcus Kasman, and 3 wonderful, and you are all comedians, correct?
Yes. I haven't seen Thomas perform in a long time, or Marcus, but they kind of been so busy promoting, so they're just...
And what's the Facebook page?
The Facebook page is 502 of Entertainment.
The number 502?
Yeah, the number 502.
Yes, we have one of your friends in the chat room, Cassandra Sharp.
Oh, yeah, she's wonderful.
Yeah,
she
she's
helps
a
us
comedian?
promote. She's an open mic comedian.
She's a rookie.
Yeah,
She's
but
a
she
rookie.
but she's been doing open mic for like lots of years, to my understanding. So she's not really a rookie. She just
Right.
doesn't want to do shows, to my knowledge. I don't know.
She's just like, okay. Well,
She just enjoys it. That's
Hey,
nice.
she does what she
and,
wants,
And I
too.
think she enjoys hanging out with the different comics and the
whatever
comedians. and everyone else.
floats her boat.
Yeah.
So what is the 502entertainment.com?
No, 502 Entertainment just on Facebook. So facebook.com and 502 Entertainment.
And then and what's the net? You said you had something coming up at the Castle in Delaware?
We have a couple shows coming up. This upcoming, or next Saturday, the 8th, we have Ladies of Laughter. We actually got 6 female comics from Syracuse, New York, to come down.
Right.
And they're actually from New York, and we've got a young lady from Ohio coming across.
Who was that be?
The Ohio is Marla Yvette DeMarchi. She actually just won the ability to go to China as part of one of their comedy festivals. She's raising money to do that right now.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's big.
Yeah.
I hope she speaks Chinese.
I think.
Yeah, right. Tell her to bring a lot of ramen noodles in her
Yes.
suitcase.
Well, it's funny. The one that night, the show was supposed to start at 8. We had to push it back till 7 because the owner of the castle decided to book a Magic Mike XXL show right afterward to benefit. Let's see here. I think it benefits St. Jude's.
Oh, well, that's a great organization. Yeah.
Yeah, sure
So
is.
one of the comics, she says, "Yeah, okay." Jen Stevens says they're going to come for the dick jokes and they're going to stay for the dicks. So it's a great way to do it.
Yeah.
In a perfect world.
Yeah. And then after that, September 15th, we have another show in Pennsylvania. It's headliner Tori Seward. He's won a lot of awards. He's actually an up-and-comer up from Syracuse. And Big Earn and Brittany Epstein are doing a nice small show. It's a free show at the Windsor Inn in German, PA.
Oh wow, and that's that's amazing, Will. I really, I think more comics should do that. Listen, it's great to perform, but when you're doing and I know Paul feels this way. He loves doing fundraisers are the most fun.
95% of my shows are fundraisers. I
But
love
they're the
them.
most fun too, though.
They are, because people are there for a good cause. They're ready to have a good time. They're a great audience. They're always great.
Yeah. And anything we can do for you or Thomas and Marcus, and even Cassandra Sharp, the rookie veteran, 502 Entertainment, go on their Facebook page and show them some love. And definitely check them out. But I know you drove a long way here, and Will, anytime you guys want to come down, you just want to call up on the phone, you just let me know. Joe, you're gonna have to do the same deal like we did with Ted with that.
Call her and tell her to call us.
Yeah, if she had. Oh, all right. Well, use Gene's phone. I mean, I'm sure he's not gonna charge you.
Gene's on 1%.
We're running a little late. See if she still has time. If not, ask her for next week.
Gene's phone's working on candle power.
Yeah, right. We're ready to say. Ruben's going to start chanting, and then we're going to see like the table start to shake. So, Gene, tell us about your friend here. What's his name? John?
John, come over here, John.
John.
Go on that microphone there, John, the end.
Does he have a last name, or he couldn't afford one?
John Q. Public.
There you go.
Gino, we up on this mic? Yeah, I got it. You got
So
it.
John's going to be the newest show coming to Hamilton Radio?
We're talking about, right, John?
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the works.
The trivia show, music trivia.
Music trivia?
Every genre and every age.
No, rock and roll, he said, right?
Yeah, rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
All
Good.
right. So, put the mic closer to you, John. And John, what was I going to say? This is going to be a live interactive thing. What you're going to with the listeners you're going to be doing?
Yeah, we're going to try and work that in there where we have people
Yeah, we don't
call
got-
in to answer the questions.
Right.
He's not on.
I know, I got him on one.
Oh, okay.
He's not on one.
All right. Tim, you want to share the mic with him?
Absolutely, man.
Yeah. So, and what do you have do you have an idea what night you're going to do? There you go. Oh, there you go. I hear
Switch
it.
was off.
Good.
There we go.
Now, what night you going to be doing that, John?
I have no idea yet.
But it's trivia show, rock and roll, any age though, any era, right?
Yeah, we'll be covering 60s right up to the 90s, even, you know.
Cool.
The current music, yeah.
Oh, I don't want to get too current. It's not too trivial.
Right. I like the 60s. I like the 60s and 70s.
Yeah. Are they going to be? Are you going to have all different levels of like hard? You know, the level of questions.
Rock and roll.
No, but I mean, some of them you know are easy, and some of them are wow. You know, you got to really work for it. Now you're going to be giving away prizes and stuff like that, or?
I don't. I will be.
Yeah.
Oh, so enjoy your candles, folks.
If if Gene sends you lettuce in the mail, don't take it because somebody pissed on it.
No, I'm working with a local movie company. We're going to hopefully get tickets for movies. Hot Rod Association get some tickets for the ICO Dragway.
Right.
We'll be giving cash away for diners and stuff like that.
What's this about being a drag?
Oh, Dragway.
Oh.
Oh,
She said
different.
okay?
That's different.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, okay. All right. Well, if she calls, we'll see. We'll hang out for a few more minutes. If not, I'll strain it.
Do you have a name for the show, John? You're gonna have
Okay.
a title for the show? What you gonna call it?
Or you have an idea at this time?
Well, a lot of where I've been in the past, I've been known as the Giant King.
I like that.
So I want to do the Giant King's Rock and Roll Trivia
That's cool.
Show.
That's a good
Oh,
name.
that sounds
That's a good
cool.
name.
Very good. I like that.
Sounds like a name that's been around. Has that kind
Yeah.
of feeling to it.
Anything to do with rock, I'm in. Anything we could do to support you. We hope you make the decision to come here. I know it's still in the works, but anything we could do to help. And
yeah.
Oh, I want to help you guys too.
Oh man.
No, absolutely.
Spread the love.
That's it. Oh, okay. From the Kinks.
Oh yeah, I met John Aston.
Doors.
Oh, I'm thinking
Keyboard
of,
player, the late
thinking of
Ray
Davies,
Manzarek.
Yeah.
I met John Aston. You were talking about
Yeah.
him before.
Oh, Goldman. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
very sick right now. It's a
Oh,
shame.
is he?
Yeah.
Well, he's an old guy. He's not young anymore. He's in his
Yeah,
80s.
Carita.
He was supposed to do Gilbert Gottfried's podcast, but he got real sick. so-
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, he's-
Yeah, but yeah. So anything like I said, John, anytime we could cross promote. There's no reason to step on each other. We're a family here, and anything we could do to help, and if you could do something for us, I would greatly appreciate it. Believe me.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind.
Absolutely. We were gonna get Diane Franklin on the phone, but I think something happened. We're gonna have to see what happens with that. We'll hang out for a few more minutes, but while we're doing that, and then John, feel free to. This is sort of a trivia thing, and Will too. Please chime in. This is a new game that we created. It's called Know Your Role, and basically what we're gonna do. And all our people listening, all the listeners in the chat room here, feel free to chime in. I'm going to play a clip from a movie. It could be a television or a movie character. You'll know the actor, you'll know the movie, but you have to tell us what's the name of the character or the role that he's playing.
Oh, I'm not going to get this.
This is hard. This is
hard. Everything else is easy. Oh, I know that movie. If you play a clip from Animal House, 9 times out of 10, everybody knows what it is. But now let's see how good you read. These are for the die-hard trivia fans.
Go ahead.
So let's start. Now it's time to see if. Wait, I didn't do it. I gotta do that again. So I could always edit this out. Now it's time to see if
you know your damn role.
Okay, now.
Cream cheese and jelly.
I like egg rolls.
Egg rolls. All right, here's the first one. Are you ready, guys?
Yes. Go ahead.
All
Egg
right.
rolls.
Man, I'm innocent. This guy bumped into me. I was trying to give him his
Eddie Murphy. Axel Rose. Axel. What the hell was his name?
Axel Foley.
Axel Foley from Beverly Hills Cop.
Yep. That was an easy one. Thank God.
We're wrong?
It was Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Was that from Shrek?
Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Trading Places.
You got the movie now. What's the name of the character?
Reggie.
No.
No, that's Midnight.
Oh, you said Trading Places? That's
Yes.
right?
Trading Places is correct, but that's not what we're looking for.
what was his name?
What was his name in the movie?
It was a Dang Fang. It was a Dang Fang.
No, it was a Southern name.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Something,
right.
you know, but
Al Jackson. I'm looking.
No, it was like that. You know, like the double names. You know, two first names and
Yeah,
then a
what the hell was
last
his
name.
name?
And the last name could be actually construed as
Billy
Italian.
Joe? No.
Close.
Bobby Joe?
But the first name is right. The middle name is wrong.
Wait, Bobby's right or Billy?
Billy.
I don't remember.
That would be
Billy
Bear.
I
Anybody?
never watched the movie.
Anybody in the chat room? No, it's not actual Foley. It's from the movie Trading Places.
Right.
So if you remember Eddie
Just
Murphy.
Google it, Cassandra. Google it.
Yes. Come on,
You and Matt can Google
we
together.
have a winner.
Billy Ray Valentine.
Who's the winner, sir?
Tom Gully chimes
Billy
in.
Ray Valentine.
Billy Ray Valentine.
That's it, Billy Ray.
Ray Valentine.
Remember him in the jail? And the guy goes,
Way to go, Tom.
Yeah. Once you had a man with no legs, you never go back.
Here we go. Here's the second one.
Yeah.
She's off, not your food. Look, I go to you.
Joe Boo.
I stick up for you.
Baseball.
You know, help me now.
Big Joe Boo. He does the insurance commercials.
I do
Yes, he does.
Serrano.
Wow.
From Major League?
Yeah.
From Major League?
Serrano. Remember we sacrificing the
Yes.
fried chicken?
That's right.
Pedro Serrano is
Serrano.
correct. Yes. Very good. See?
You don't hit me, Joe Boo.
Major
so
League.
fuck you.
Major League.
Remember when the guy goes, "It's very bad to touch Joe Boo rum."
Yeah. And then he gets hit with a bat as he walks into the
See
mound.
what Tom wrote? That's funny.
Who put the king size cools out on my phone? We used to say that line all the time. All right, you ready? Here's the next one.
What do you mean? Hey, men have died trying to obtain this valuable information, you know. But I'll give it to you for free.
Oh,
okay.
Damone.
What's your 5-point?
Doesn't matter if she comes, stays, laser brace.
What's his
Wow.
Was it Mark
you watch a
Damone?
lot of TV.
Mike Damone.
Mike Damone.
Damone. I'll
Yeah.
I'll,
From what?
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
High. It don't matter if she
I didn't
comes,
recognize that.
stays,
The
laser
actor is
brace.
actually a good friend of mine, Richard Robert Romanus.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Next one.
Oh, no more Yankee, my wanky. The donga need food.
Oh! Yeah, from Molly Ringwald's movie, 16 Candles.
Candles, right.
Long Duck Dong.
Long Duck Dong is correct.
I know my dicks.
Wow.
Wow. Hey, Tim is running. He's like the new Shea Farrell.
Where's Samantha? She married.
She married.
Married!
I remember the movies and the actors. I can't remember the roles they played.
She married Oily Bohunk.
Oily Bohunk.
All right, here we go. Here comes the next one.
Excuse me, senor. You are a member of the club?
No, I'm not. I'm with the Underhills.
They are left, senor.
Chevy Chase movie.
He went out for his urinalysis.
That's
Would you like some drinks, senor? While you wait, I will put it
Oh,
on
this
the
is
end of
Lampoon
your
Vacation when I went to Paris?
Yeah, Chevy Chase.
Bloody Mary and a steak sandwich and
A steak sandwich.
Very good.
So is it Fletch?
No, Fletch, yeah.
Fletch.
Yeah. It's when he had, he goes to the tennis
I got
club with
that.
the rich ones.
I get that.
Yeah, you're
Very
good. You're
See?
good.
All right, here we go. Here we go. See, Tom Gully, he got it. Fletch. All right, here we go.
God, is our co-pilot? Remember our car? Yeah? 2 seats? 2 seats. Where's he gonna sit? Where?
Ah.
Is that Goodfellas? Is that Joe Pesci?
No. Play it again.
So yeah, play it again, please.
Sound a little Hispanic.
I don't know what that is.
God, is our co-pilot? Remember our car? Yeah? 2 seats? 2 seats. Where's he gonna sit? Where?
It's
Is that
definitely
like,
it's definitely Dean Martin.
Oh, Cannonball Run.
Cannonball Run. What was his name?
Bleeds.
He was a famous race car driver.
These bleeds? These bleeds?
These bleeds, yeah. The best line in movies was, "Boy, if we were Methodists, what a shot we'd have at getting laid."
That almost sounded Hispanic, though, the voice.
Yeah, it does.
No, it was Dean Martin.
No, I believe it. Of course I
Sammy
do.
Davis
Yeah.
Jr. were in the scene.
Yeah.
It's his first name in the show in the movie was it could be a girl's name.
Leslie.
I have no idea.
Jamie? No.
And the last Jamie is correct.
Oh, wow.
The last name is a famous actor who played in the TV show Beretta.
Oh, Blake.
Jamie Blake. That's correct.
I wouldn't remember the character's name ever.
When they did the reboot in China, it was Balletta. And he was,
All right.
Robert Brake.
And it wasn't. It was a Swiss knife.
Yes.
We have 2 more here. This should be easy.
Captain Lassard, your brother taught us many
Yep,
fine
Police
things.
Academy.
Yeah, Police Academy. Yeah.
He taught us that a cop can
That's
never care
Mahoney.
too
That's
much
Steve.
or
Steve.
try too
Right,
hard.
Mahoney. Right.
No, sir. That's
Very good.
Because he was hot. I remember
Steve
Mahoney.
Steve Gutenberg is correct.
He was a good interview too. He was a good guy.
Guest on the show. Gisela got that one. All right, we
she's
got
good.
one more. There we
Only
go.
for my hotties.
Yeah, right. If it's a Sabato, all right, here we go.
It is now 7:06. You have exactly 8 hours and 54 minutes to think about why you're here.
Mr. Kroger.
Oh, Animal House.
No,
Dean Wormer.
No, that
We
was...
said Mr. Kroger.
No, that was...
Yeah, it's not. That's
that
not
was
good.
the...
Is it Freddy Krueger? No,
the, the next clip was playing,
Oh,
so
okay,
it
okay.
bled over.
Sorry.
I couldn't hit the stop
It's
button.
not Animal House. It's not.
Blood freaks
No.
me out.
Do it again.
Okay.
It is now 7:06. You have exactly 8 hours and 54 minutes to think about why you're here.
Is that Kevin Spacey?
No.
It's not Kevin Spacey.
No, it's an '80s movie, very iconic. It's
War Games?
It's a meal of the day.
The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club is the
Oh,
movie.
the guy played Beaks. What the hell's his name?
Clarence Beeks. Yes, the actor is Paul
Yeah.
Gleason.
But what
The late Paul Gleason, yeah.
But what was his name? He was the
Captain,
principal of the school. His name was Mr.
Tibbs.
Blank. There's a city in Westchester named after it.
Yorktown.
No.
Yorktown Heights.
It could be somebody's first name. It's actually Elvis Presley's father was
Vernon.
Mr. Vernon was the principal. Richard Vernon. That was the correct answer.
Oh, good one.
So that was good. All right. So
Wow.
let's see. Do you guys want to do OMG?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right. Here's the next game, guys, and then we're gonna get out of here. It's a song. We're gonna play the music without the lyrics, and you got to tell me what the name of the song is.
Okay.
And the name of this game is called.
Cassandra got it right, by the way, Vernon.
Oh my God, I know that song.
You'll think about it. You'll hear the beats. You'll hear the beats, and you'll like, I know this. All right, here comes the first one.
This is hard because it's different instrumentation. 80s all the way.
Right.
I don't know the name of it, but I know the song.
Keep feeling
Automatic.
Oh,
fascination.
That is correct.
Or not at all.
By
Pointer Sisters.
Pointer Sisters is correct. Good job.
Good song,
Gene.
good
And here's the
song.
next one. You old schoolers are gonna get this one. Very good, Cassandra.
Yeah.
Chicago.
Knowing that
Chicago.
you would have wanted it this way.
Chicago.
Still, I'm feeling stronger every day.
Very
yeah,
good.
yeah.
And even though you're singing it, I have no idea what it is.
But I have a great voice.
You do.
Okay.
Da 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 da.
You better jump. All I know is, Giselle, you better jump on this next one.
Oh, really?
You ready?
Pump up the jam.
That is correct.
Bump it, bump it, bump it.
Who did the song?
Yeah, come on.
Oh my God.
Technotronic.
This is on
Yep,
Shock
you
Gems.
got it.
What, you got it?
Technotronic.
Thank you.
Technotronic.
Beat up. I know what I want, and I
Pump
want it
up
now.
a little more.
I always play this song when I'm making peanut butter jelly sandwiches.
He definitely, he pumps it up.
I pump up a jam, man.
Okay, we got 1, 2, 3 more. Okay, you ready? This one's an easy one.
The Tears of a Clown.
Tears of a Clown, yeah.
That is
Smokey
correct.
Robinson. Smokey.
And he was the first African American baseball player, too.
Smokey.
All right, here we go. This is going to be a little hard, this one.
I got my first
38 special. Oh, yeah, Brian Adams. Brian
Summer of
Adams.
'69.
5 and dime.
Wait, it wasn't the summer of
Oh, was it Brian
69?
Adams?
Oh, no, it's probably the winter of 68.
No, it's the summer of my discontent.
You got a disco tent? You got the ball hanging inside of it?
That's my
He's got a lot of balls.
That's my Billy Shakespeare.
You laugh. Brian Adams sang "Let Me Take You Dancing." It was a disco classic. You'll never believe it was him. He was like
Oh, I do
16
believe
years
it.
old.
We weren't right about Brian Adams, though?
No.
What? Okay, do it.
Even
Oh, there's 38 special.
Diane's calling my phone.
Oh, she is?
Oh, wow. Oh, because...
Yeah, do you want me?
That might be a personal call, though, Gino.
Answer her and give her the 718 number. Say, hi, this is Gene, the engineer.
What was the song there?
I thought it was Brian. I thought it was 38 special.
It was, you give up?
Yeah, I do.
Poison, Ride the Wind.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't recognize that. Wow, it sounds just like Brian Adams or 38 special.
You might remember a guitarist, Bandera?
Okay. Here's Bobby Bandera. Sure. All right, here's the last one, guys.
Bandera.
All right, clear your
Sat in with home the other night.
Clear your thinking caps. Here we go. Last one.
Oh, it's REO Speedwagon.
Right.
What song is it, though?
What song
the
is
changes.
There you go, John. Cassandra's on it.
She gets a lot, Cassandra.
Yeah, she got a lot.
She got all of them. Almost.
I'm giving Cassandra a good answer, Bell. And one for Tom Gully.
What about the Bada Bing?
The Bada Bing. I don't have a Bada Bing.
Wait, here's the next question.
I need your phone number.
I just gave it to you. It's on 718. It's on the bottom.
Oh no, it's not. Here.
How many pieces of paper we got floating around here?
There you go.
Give me that.
I got my first real 6.
718 number.
Get out of the camera. You're ugly.
I feel like in middle school, passed the note.
Hey, I was blessed with being here the last time we had her on the air.
I'm
Diane
definitely
Franklin.
going to give Carlo pow-pows when we go home.
Ow, a little lower.
No, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am.
You just think you
Listen,
are.
Linda, I'm giving you pow-pows tonight.
All right, we're going to get Diane Franklin on the phone momentarily. We won't keep her long. She's a good friend of the show. And
Give us one more song.
I don't have anything. I'm out.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
How dare you?
I had 2 games.
That was good, though.
It's Mao.
Oh, but I guess we're going to have to do stupid stuff.
I ain't getting pow-pows. You know why?
Where I'm sending you, baby, everything's on a menu.
She's calling now. She's calling now.
I doubt it.
All right. The summer of Diane Franklin.
Thank you, Michael Berryman, for the picture.
Oh, please, yeah. You
Yeah,
guys are
Michael
wonderful.
was a great interview. He was a lot of fun. He was the next day he couldn't stop gushing about how much fun he had.
Either gushing me because of the knife.
All right, Gene, bring him in. All right, Diane.
Hey,
Oh,
it's
all
me.
right.
Better late than never, right?
Hello.
I'm sorry, Diane. We had a little technical difficulties, but better late than never. All right, everybody, joining us now on the
Second
phone.
time.
Legendary actress, very lovely and talented. It's a good friend of the show. She's stopping by for a few minutes to say hello. Please welcome the lovely and talented Diane Franklin.
Diane Franklin.
Welcome back.
Oh, my God.
Thank you so much for having me back. I am honored and extremely happy. Thank you.
It's our
Thank you.
pleasure.
We're honored.
I like your mint. I like your mint.
You like my mint? I'm nice. I like my peanut butter.
He does love peanut butter.
Oh.
That too, yeah. That too.
Diane, I can't tell you how much fun it was meeting you last year at the HorrorCon.
The HorrorCon, yeah.
And you were
Well, it was New Jersey HorrorCon, right?
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Well, guess what?
What?
I just found out yesterday. I may be coming back next April.
Oh,
so there
cool.
you go.
Ooh, all right.
Oh, my
So
goodness.
I might be at New Jersey Comic-Con next April. So keep your eyes open for that.
Diane, my birthday's in April. I can fly you out here as a gift.
I like that.
Yeah, I could do that.
I'll tell you-
Seriously, let's talk.
I got to tell you, Diane, you don't age. You look the same as you did back
I
then.
know.
You really have.
I know.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
I hate to see the picture in your attic.
Well, you know, you guys are in for a treat because I have this film coming out, this Amityville Murders film.
Oh,
yes.
And it was I don't know if you could say a remake, but it's a docudrama. It's based on true facts that
Right.
happened at the actual murders, and I play
That's
Louise
cool.
DeFeo. And it's coming out around Halloween. What's happening is it's
Cool.
going to be at a film festival. I can't say the dates yet because they're going to put it out in beginning of in September, like next week. They're going to
Oh,
do a big
wow.
push for it, so you'll hear about it. You guys are hearing it about before there's
That
any
is so
advertising.
cool.
Yeah.
But look for it, Amityville Murders. The trailer's on. I think the official trailer's online right now.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And it is.
Yeah.
You're going to flip out. It's best acting I've ever done in my life.
Cool.
I've seen the trailer already. Yeah.
And I'm gonna talk. I'm from I'm from Long Island, so I'm gonna be talking like this. So you're gonna hear a little bit of this. So
That's where I'm from.
Get ready.
I'm from Long Island. I'm from Levittown.
Are you okay? So you're gonna know. It takes place in 1974. It's a time period piece.
Right.
You are going to flip out. It's so scary.
We flip out at everything you do. We love everything. You know what? When we talked to you at HorrorCon, you were telling us that when you played it in the original one, you were the daughter.
Right.
Yeah.
And now you're the mom.
That's what's so amazing about this particular opportunity, because when I originally did the film, it was 1982 it came out.
Right.
And I played Patricia Montelli, which was the Montelli. They said Montelli, but it was based on the DeFeo murders.
Yeah.
So what's interesting is the story that happened then is based on the true story, and the true story is what we did for the Amityville murders.
Right.
And so I don't know if any other actress has ever played the daughter and the mother and died in both. Like, I mean, I think I'm the only other actress who's ever played two different characters in the same film and died. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a James Bond movie. You only die twice.
Right there you go. Oh, and then they're supposed to be doing a Bill and Ted 3, and that's supposed to come out. We're supposed to be. I'm maybe in it, and it might be filming next year.
Oh,
so,
yeah. I knew
you
that.
Gotta tell people they got to connect with me on, Diane Franklin 80 on Twitter, and actress Diane Franklin on Instagram and Facebook, because things are going to happen.
Oh,
Right.
absolutely. We got your back 100%.
That was great when she did the HorrorCon. She brought the coat with her. Remember, she brought the coat.
Yeah, I tried it on, and I took a picture with it. And what happened was I did it with my phone, and I never sent it to her.
Big man in the little coat.
Yeah.
And are we surprised that Carlo forgot?
No, you have to send it to me.
Yes.
I'm still making the book. I just talked to Savage Steve Holland recently, and we are going to make my third book. It's going to be an homage to Better Off Dead. So if anyone is listening, if you have a picture wearing that Better Off Dead coat or with me, send it to bodcoat@gmail.com.
Oh, wow.
And
I will.
that will be, I will confirm it, and you will be in my book. So
I thought it was too
no
late.
rush.
I couldn't
Still
find
have
it. But I got to tell you, Diane, what's funny when I met you at the HorrorCon, you signed a poster, the infamous poster of you, and I'm going to get into that in a minute. But I was honored because she said that she would take me over Rick any day, and that was like
Did I say it was a first-class ticket?
Not only that, he couldn't drive home because he couldn't fit behind the wheel.
Oh my God. Diane, you blew my mind, Diane, when you told me that picture that you took with that it was supposed to be, it looks like a tube top, but it was actually a headband.
Yes, that's I have a poster, and I never ever did a poster, and I thought, you know what, this would make a really good poster. And this was this I have this poster, and it's like limited print, and I've probably got maybe 100 left. Like, that's it. And then it's it looks, I'm wearing a headband as a shirt. Yep, there you go. So.
Oh, that was a legendary
It's
picture.
interesting. If you go to my site, you'll see it. It's a purple poster, so it's kind of good. Yeah, I'm full of surprises.
So you know what, you've been keeping busy, and I love that. So besides the Amityville horror stuff, what else? Is there anything else that you're currently working on, or?
Well, this is really funny. Okay, my daughter, she does comedy, and she said, I want to do a reality show with you, Mom. And I'm like, okay.
Oh.
So we've shot a couple of episodes, and it's starting September 3rd. It's going to be I have a YouTube channel, and it's going to be Live and Die in LA, because her name is Olivia, so it's Live and then Die.
Okay.
Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool.
So if anybody's interested, that'll be starting September. You could get the details again on my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
What was what channel is it going to be on?
YouTube.
Again? Oh, YouTube.
It's a YouTube channel.
Okay, YouTube.
Yeah, we're going to have a YouTube channel. So I mean, it's just funny because my daughter and I have a hilarious relationship, and she's 22. She just graduated from UCLA in film, and she's doing stuff too. She just got a shot acting. She just started a guest spot on a TV show today, in the next couple of days. So she acts too. So the Franklin continues. It
Good.
continues acting
All right.
in the next generation.
You know what, Diane, was funny?
Olivia De Laurentiis, yeah.
We had
What?
you when we had you on last year. I was emailing you to confirm the interview, and you're like, "I'm gonna have to let you know about this because I just got a text from my daughter that there was like something going on the campus of UCLA, and they had to lock her down." I was
Lockdown. Oh my gosh. Oh yes. That was the day.
yes, and I was like so scared for you. I'm like, "Are you okay?" And you finally, she texted you, "I'm okay." It was like, wow. What?
We have a question from our listener. His name is Matt,
yes.
and he wants to know, in the Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, how was it to work with George Carlin?
Yeah, he must have been fun.
Oh, he was such an angel. He was such a sweetheart. Here's the thing. Okay, I know George before Bill and Ted. I knew him from just, like he's this foul-mouthed, comedian who's like amazing. And, but, just like, he's, gosh, when you meet him, he's going to say whatever comes out of his mouth and you just got to be ready. Right. And when I met him, he was the most genteel, sweetest guy. In fact, Keanu and Alex also mentioned that he was such a sweet, kind,
Yep.
just like it's almost, I think it turns out that his, comic routine is his persona.
Right.
And he thinks he's just wicked smart. Just
Oh,
wicked.
yeah.
So,
Yep.
we felt really lucky when we worked with him because we knew that, first of all, everyone was so excited that they actually got him in the film. Because I was talking to Alex, and Alex said he couldn't believe that they actually got him in the film, because they had a lot of other choices, right? People that were up for the role. And when George said yes, everyone went crazy. So I felt so honored that we were working with him, and it was appropriate when we come in his arms and walk. He introduces us to the guys, and at the end of the film again, it was just a dream. It was a dream.
He's a legend, especially for us comedians.
Yeah. To my thinking, he's the best comedian of all time.
Yeah, he wasn't even. I didn't consider him a comedian.
He was.
I considered him a wordsmith.
Yeah. That's part of it.
Yeah, Yeah. Diane, was there a lot of ad-libbing on the Bill and Ted's?
Bill and Ted's, no, not really, but it is interesting at the end. It was supposed to be a different ending. We were actually ending the film in at the prom. We shot in a school, and we shot a whole prom scene, and it was awesome. But then they decided that they didn't want us to go to the prom with Bill and Ted. They didn't want to end the movie on the prom. They wanted to end it with them continuing their career as musicians. Let's go back to why they started everything.
Right.
And the funny part was we didn't know that we were going to be in the band at the end. I mean, we knew we were going to be with the guys, but I think sort of at the end it was like, oh, okay, you play the drums and you play the piano, and that's kind of like we just went, oh, okay. So that was, I guess, an improv in itself. Like we didn't know what we would be doing to play in the band. We were just kind of, when we got there, we figured it out. So, but it was fun because we played it as people who have absolutely no idea what that is. Like, what is a drum, and what happens when you push this? Oh my gosh, it makes a sound. So, it was really that was a really fun scene to shoot.
Diane, tell us a little bit about a movie you have in post-production. I love the name. Just by hearing the name, I got to see it. Wally Got Wasted.
Oh, Wally Got Wasted. Oh, I'm so glad you asked about that, because the film, that film was directed and acted by a gentleman who I've worked with before named Adam Ward. And that film is, they thought, oh, wouldn't it be funny to bring like Weekend at Bernie's into a present time? So that film is, I think they're going to be bringing it to like a digital release, but it's still, it came out this year in April, but not all over the country. So they're trying to get that out later. And but it's basically Weekend at Bernie's, except that it's with like people in their 20s. Right. So it's a really funny movie, and I just have a cameo part. I just have a small part, but you will not forget me in this film.
No, all right. I'm sure it's the highlight of the movie
just
too.
knowing that alone, now I got to watch it.
Yeah, big laugh. And and then I did another film called The Final Interview. I mean, it's crazy. Right. Like first, there's nothing, and then all of a sudden, boom, everything's hitting. And this film I did called The Final Interview, it's like a thriller. It's shot sort of like a play, so it's kind of like an art film. But if you're lucky enough to be in Ohio right now, that is the place. It's at a film festival there, and it's going to be showing in October. So
Okay.
it's been nominated. So that's
Good.
cool. Like, you know,
Oh, wow.
fun things are happening.
Diane, do you prefer the doing the horror and the thrillers as opposed to the comedies? Do you have a preference, or you like to do it all?
I like to do both.
Yeah.
I was actually originally trying to just do my comedies for my daughter because she actually has a film that, don't tell anybody, even though everyone's listening. She actually has a film that she is in the process of someone trying to make it happen. And if that does happen, I'm probably going to be in it. But I always try to like do things, for her. But what got me into horror was that I suddenly thought I would love to do a real dramatic role. And I thought, where are the dramatic roles? And there's drama, but then, there's always like the investigator, and they don't really have the juicy scenes.
Right.
So I thought, oh, it's horror. That's where the drama is. And so that's where I started kind of putting it out there, saying to people, look, if you have a good script, I'd be totally into it, And I'd also like to do sci-fi, which is kind of funny, but I've never really done sci-fi, and I thought, wouldn't it be great to play a commander or someone, an alien, or like just something that's so different, just the experience.
Right.
I have a film that's coming up that I'm going to be doing in September, and it's an independent film, but I play a medium, so that's going to be kind of cool too.
Yeah.
So I just like the
Yes.
variety of the roles.
That sounds
We have candles if you need them.
Yeah.
It's an inside joke.
Large.
Yeah.
She's going to play tall right now.
This studio was filled
yeah.
with candles. Like an hour ago, I saw my father, my grandfather, and my uncle walk past me, and they're dead.
I'll tell you something.
Oh, well,
April's
how'd
going to
that
be
go?
great. April's going to be great. I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah.
Aw, thank you. Me too. I hope everybody who's listening comes out. I would love to say hi to everybody.
Oh,
It'd
I'm
be
definitely
great.
gonna.
Well, the best part
We might be able
about
to get the other princess. The other princess from Bill and Ted's may be there as well. So definitely keep your fingers crossed. So
Yes.
we might get the babes out there.
Oh, okay.
So the best part of seeing Diane, actually, she gives you the time. She doesn't like brush
Yes,
you off. So she actually, you're going to meet her, and she's going to give you the attention.
Yeah, she doesn't say
Thank
hi.
you. You know me.
Yes.
Yeah.
She doesn't say hi. Here's
Right. And she's not stuck up. She's very personable.
This is how much my pictures are. Thank you. And then pushes you along. She'll sit there. She'll have coffee and cake with you.
I mean, seriously, she probably would.
This time we'll bring the Entenmann's.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. See, coffee and a little coffee cake, and we're all good.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's so true. I always, think people come to these conventions, and, you spend your money, and you come and you travel all these different distances to see that, people, and this is your childhood. It's like people you grow up watching, and I mean, I even feel that way when I sometimes go to these conventions and I see people, that I grew up watching, and I, flip out. Like, I met Anne-Marie from the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Right, Rosemary. Yeah. Rosemary.
I mean,
Yeah.
Rosemary.
Right.
Anne-Marie. And I couldn't believe it. I was just like, oh my gosh, and just to see her, that was,
Yes.
amazing to me. Like, just like
Right.
she was so cool, and
She was iconic too. Yeah, like growing up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Diane, what amazes you the most about when you're at a convention and you meet the fans? What amazes you the most about them? I mean, that they seem to know more than you do.
Oh, well, first of all, that they even know who I am. I mean, that honestly, I mean, I never did a lot of, I never did publicity when I was acting. It was all just my work. And, sometimes actors do a lot of publicity, and so, their name's out there. But for me, like, if you could only know who I am by watching the films I did. And so I'm always impressed that people still remember me, that their roles affected their lives, some of them, and I think it's just the biggest compliment. I feel like I'm very lucky to be born in a generation where we can rewatch, movies and TV.
Yes.
Because remember, when I was growing up, you couldn't rewatch something.
Right.
Something's on TV,
Right.
you watch it,
And
if
that's
you miss
it.
it,
And then it
you
was
have
gone.
homework,
Yeah.
you go
That's it.
dinner, it's gone. And
Yeah, there was no replays.
like you couldn't talk about it with your friends, So now, what a gift! Like, I mean, even like with my daughter and my son, they, we can, they've seen my films, and that's a gift. Like, how cool is that? That oh yeah, I did that, and I worked on this, and it's crazy. It's just awesome. So
It really is.
Yeah, so I would say my fans, I just am really grateful, always grateful. And you know what? A lot of actresses are. I have definitely seen, like Amanda Wiss, and E.G. Daly, and at least and Kim,
Right.
Catherine Mary Stewart. We're all really grounded people, and just love and appreciate the fans.
Absolutely.
So,
Diane, I have a question. How is Monique Dubois these days?
Oh, Monique Jeannon. You mean my French character, the Rossette, this one.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. I love the character Monique, and I love, I actually have to say, so much of my personality, if I had to be closest to any of the characters I've played, I would have to say it's Monique.
Oh, wow.
And and she's just a brilliant role model. I mean, to me, coming from doing Karen from Last American Virgin, who was, in certainly during that time, like the object of desire, Jesus, the object,
right?
And going into then turning into Monique later on, who is a doer and makes things happen, but is also feminine. I think it was quite a big change. But I mean, and I love Karen in Last American Virgin. I think I love that role. I
Right,
think that
sure.
you see how much I talk, so it's kind of funny that Karen was actually much harder to do.
Sont les mots qui vont très bien ensemble.
We love hearing you, Diane, and I'm so happy that
Better, acting skills.
Yeah, we are so happy that we touched base with you, and we always want to hear what's going on, and we're definitely going to be looking out for all your stuff.
Thank you. I'm so happy. I hope everyone checks in and sees all the stuff that I have, because it's definitely to walk down memory lane. Just all the stuff I put out. I have my Instagram. I started the actress Diane Franklin is like the official Instagram, and it has I have pictures that you're gonna flip out. Like, I started acting when I was 10 years old. Actually, I have pictures when I was gosh, I don't know, 5 or something, and all acting stuff. So you're gonna look at it and go, wow, it is possible to have a career your whole life and be happy, and have a life, and it's possible. Not,
I hear
not
you, and I
rehab
tell you,
and all that,
you're like the Dick Clark of the '80s. You're not aging, and you show no signs of slowing down, and that's what we love about you. And I want you to know we're gonna come and see you when you come into
Heck
town.
yeah.
And
well, I send you a big kiss, all of you.
absolutely. Before we let you go, Diane, what happened was the intern that we used to have here, he ruined one of our hard drives, so your original interview got scrapped. So before you go, would you do a station ID for us?
Yes, just tell me what specifically
you want
me to
say. Very simple. You're going to just introduce yourself and say you're listening to the Animal House radio show on the Hamilton
Radio Network.
Okay. All right. Hi, this is Diane Franklin, and you are listening to the Animal House show by the Hamilton Radio Network.
It works for me. That works for me.
Resetting back to 1.
Take 2.
Take 2.
Animal House Radio Show on the Hamilton Radio Network.
Go ahead.
On the Hamilton
Radio Network.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Animal House show on the Hamilton Radio Network. Easier to say than done. Okay. All right, go. Here we go. Hi, this is Diane Franklin, and you are listening to the Animal House show on the Hamilton Radio Network.
There you go. Beautiful. Diane, thank you so much, and I thank you for always coming through for us every time we ask you. Anything you need, you just let us know.
Thank you for remembering me, and I'm so sorry about being so late.
No,
that's okay. It's our fault.
Yeah.
It's our fault.
Remember, my offer still stands about the airfare.
Yeah, he's got frequent flyer miles.
Freaking flyers. All right, I'll take
Have
it.
your people get in touch with Carlo, and I'll take care of the rest.
Diane Franklin, please give her a round of applause. Come on.
Thank you, dear.
All right. Have a great night.
You too.
All right, what a great show. All right, Will, break it down for us one more time before you go. 502 Entertainment. You can find them on Facebook. What have you got coming up again? I know I asked you earlier.
That's okay. On
September
8th, we've got the Ladies of Comedy and a Magic Mike XXL show right afterward.
That's in Syracuse, right?
On September 8th. Yes, that's in Walton, New York, at Castle on the Delaware.
Castle on the Delaware.
And then we have on September 15th, we have the Hot Wing show with Tori Seward and Big Earn.
Big Earn. I heard of that.
From Sesame Street.
Yeah, well, Big Earn from Sesame Street. No, he's
Is that the
actually.
Hot Wings
they're-
show
No,
with
it's
the
my-
radio
my mother,
station? or
she's in
this
a Big
is-
Earn.
No, this is actually for a.
She's a
place.
large woman.
Called. Hold on.
Ashes
the name of
to
the place
ashes.
is. The Windsor Inn. It's one of the. It's the second greatest best hot wings in the
Just
world.
wing it. Comedy
Wing It
night.
Comedy
I
Night,
like that.
yes.
Very cool. No cover charge, guys.
No cover charge, 9 p.m. And then
But it's $10 for napkins.
Yeah, $10 for napkins. And then my favorite show is I'm actually featuring in on November 3rd
My
at
birthday.
Castle on the Delaware.
Oh, wow.
Terry McNeely.
I know.
Yeah, I've worked with
Terry's a
Terry.
good friend of mine.
Yeah.
That's a good friend.
Good
Yes.
guy.
Long Island boy.
Yep.
Yeah, he's good.
He's the keeper.
And we'll be on Long Island on November 3rd.
Oh, that's
my
right. Yeah, we're
birthday.
going to be at the
Are you
theater,
doing
right?
that
Yeah.
in Long Island?
Yeah,
No,
Argyle
that's
Theater.
at Castle on the Delaware
Castle.
in Walton.
Oh wow, and and they can find out all that information on the Facebook page, right?
All of our shows are posted on the 502 of Entertainment.
Do you have any websites?
Yeah,
No
50210.
websites right now.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to, if you're in that area up there in what is
Walton.
it, Scranton?
Scranton,
Yeah.
Wilkes-Barre, Walton, New York, anywhere from Scranton north, pretty much up to Binghamton, you can find a show that we're
You
doing.
can't go into Bingham because of the Gambinos told him you can't come across.
Yeah, we can get close.
We can get close.
We can't
But,
get
You'll go as far as Susquehanna.
please,
Yeah, pretty much Susquehanna. That's it.
Slowly I
Please,
can.
please
Far
give
as you
these
can go.
guys a call if you have an event up that way and you want to do some. If you have a charity that you want to raise money for, these guys are gonna really great bunch of people, very talented people, and they deserve your support. 502 Entertainment on Facebook. Give them a call and tell them Animal House Radio sent you, and they'll charge you double.
That's right.
Well, I really want to say thank you. I know you traveled a long way for coming down, and I hope you had fun tonight.
Thank
I had
you,
a lot
brother.
of fun. I love to do it again.
Anytime you want. Anytime. As big
Tell
as
me,
you
tell me
are-
it's an open door.
As big as he is, open door. I need a barn.
So
for
now,
him.
so now you can vouch for us when you say it's better to come in, right?
It's better to come in, yeah.
It's
yeah.
always more personal.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
And
you
it
know,
fits between the breasts.
Even
Yes,
with
it does.
nothing against our celebrities, but sometimes they get
It does.
Well-
at least here we can control.
And if it doesn't fit, we'll force it.
You know. But John, I just want to welcome you to Hamilton Radio. I hope we see more of you.
Or hear more of you anyway.
And it's going to be the Giant Kings Rock and Roll Trivia Show.
Sounds good to me.
I love the
There
name.
you go, John. John with no last name, but
He doesn't have to have a last name. Giant King, man.
He's on the
That's it.
need-to-know
I
basis.
like that.
be on the lookout for that. And I want to thank Ruben, who usually is Ubering, but that came in and helped me set up the show tonight. So I don't always break your balls. I give praise where praise is due. Thanks to Ruben.
Well, hopefully he doesn't burn his balls on the
On
candles.
behalf of myself and Christopher Lloyd, we thank you. And Gene, you did a good job today, except when you answered the phone while you're on the toilet. Other than that, great job.
And the word for tonight is only one word: acclimated.
Acclimated.
That's it, man.
That was the word for the night.
Everybody did a great job. Gisela did a great job.
And
Tim
let's
Eli,
not forget about our Dave.
Dave Hodge. Yes, Dave. Oh, I forgot to mention. He's going to kill me.
You see that?
What'd you
We
forget about?
we have a bit that we do every week. It's a tribute to our men and women who have served in the military. It's
Right.
called Warrior of the Week.
Right.
Has no similarities to anybody else that does a show here on Hamilton Radio. And we pick a person, a
For
male
military-
or
military
female
person.
who have served. And this week's Warrior of the Week was Dave Hodge, who was one of our
God bless Dave, man.
esteemed co-hosts. We got to add
Sorry, it's too late. I have to add that to next week.
Okay, one of our esteemed co-hosts. He's a U.S. Army E4, Dave Hodjanowski, from a disciple of Planet Ord.
Right.
We thank him for his service and for being one of our great co-hosts.
The Giant King. That's like jumbo
Carlo,
shrimp. It's like
one
jumbo
month
shrimp.
from tonight, Carlo Valerio, The Wild Thing, headlining City Streets, East
Yes.
Windsor, New Jersey.
We're gonna take it by
9
storm.
p.m.
When's that?
One month from tonight. Featuring, headlining Carlo, Dave Hodge, feature comic on this show too, man.
And Randy Lupo.
Randy Lupo.
That's a cool. I like
and
that.
the
That's a
Eggman.
good venue too. It's
Yeah,
nice and
it
intimate.
is.
I like
yeah,
that.
yeah, it's small.
And I hope to have Diane Franklin out here too for this.
There you go. In April, you're gonna get frequent flyer miles. We're
She'll
You're
let
going to hear from her, man.
She'll let you play with her headband.
You know, if you get hurt, then you go off to Tony Katane next.
No,
Yeah.
forget that one. No, she's off the books now.
Paul, you have anything you want to plug? The website? Comedy
I'll be
Club?
back at Howard Johnson's on September 13th. It's a Friday. That's the closest thing that's open to the public.
What-
Everything else
so
is
what
private
town?
shows.
That is in Tom's
That's
River.
in Tom's River.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
It's
get
a 2.5-hour show, and you get a buffet and a show for two.
Wait, it's
for $20.
about a 3-hour show.
3-hour show.
But it's
Yeah,
a
it's
good
3-hour
show.
show.
For
Yeah.
3 hours.
3 hours, and then there's an intermission, and then there's
No,
another
no
3 hours.
intermissions. I don't take intermissions.
But I can get cheesecake.
Just
that
go to
night.
comedytornado.com. That's the best
Tim,
one.
besides next month, anything up for you?
No. There's just, I'm just enjoying myself right now.
Nothing on the horizon for the
wait till you get home.
I'm not doing any New York shows for a while. I just need a little bit of a break,
Good for you.
And I'm safe with the people on this show. I really am. So
if you're going to enjoy yourself, can you do that at home, please?
And thank you again for this shirt. Everybody at
it's your birthday. Carlo's birthday was this week, folks.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I slept the whole day.
And he's my brother, who I would have never met unless I took a shot at comedy. So thank you.
Do you know how many compliments that I got on this shirt yesterday?
How many people sang to you, though?
I'm guessing 3.
No, I got like dozens of people. I love that show. There's like actually 2 women actually took a picture of my shirt.
Yeah.
Did they touch your nips?
No, they didn't even. They go, don't worry.
He brings Japanese.
The lady says, "Let me take a picture of your shirt." I said, she goes, "Don't worry, I'm not going to get your face." I said, "Good, it's better off for you."
Did they play with your dolls?
They went.
This is a good week, folks.
Nobody plays with my dolls, not even my little Dante.
When you're not home, we all play with your dolls.
Yeah, they sit in my chair. It's like that when the inmates.
It's like a Twilight Zone. They're all sitting there looking.
As soon as the cat's away, the mice come out.
We take them all out of the boxes. We pull their hair, put them back in.
The mice might come out, but you noticed no termites.
Little son of a bitch Dante snuck in my room when I was sleeping, and I had a bag of a can of Pringles on the night table. He actually came in and took them.
There you go. You left them out in the open, man. They're free.
I guess it's fair game, right?
No, the best thing was when we had pizza for you, and I go, "Can you go inside and tell Carlo the pizza's ready?" So he said, "Carlo, the pizza's ready." He comes back. He didn't come in yet. I go, "Dante, did you ask Carlo if he wants pizza?" He goes, "Yeah, he didn't get up, so he ate his pizza."
My brother, you're blessed, man. You got a wonderful family there.
And he's only 7.
Yeah.
Not so fast, Helmet. Lone Star.
Really? Lone Star.
Girlfriend.
What's your thing?
That's you.
Your tablet. This is all you.
No, it ain't.
Hey, what'd you do to my friend?
Where's that coming from? Oh, it's him.
So we want to thank Diane Franklin for being on the show tonight.
That was a tape of Ruben and Christopher Lloyd in the bathroom. I see your helmet is as big as mine.
So we got to do with Pringles. You got to do it like Giselle does. Put it under the bed. Hide them under the bed.
Yeah, she's already got baklava under there. There's no room.
Like I told you before, if you would give me sausage, I wouldn't need the baklava. So let's fucking cut it out now, okay?
Here we go, stupid stuff.
Okay, listen.
All right, so just say
Who
it.
puts baklava under the bed?
The people who don't get
Seriously.
sausage, they need the baklava under the
The
bed.
people who are waiting in line at Jenny Craig.
There's a lot of cravings I have,
Yeah, so. Anyway, with that being said, I want to thank all our guests, Ted Lange, Diane Franklin, and Shannon Elizabeth. Great show. I want to thank Will Palumbo, John with no last name.
Giant King.
Giant King. Giant
That's right,
John.
brother.
John the Giant King and his rock and roll trivia show. It's like Alan Freed.
And let's not forget, it's always an animal house in here. It's a jungle in
The
this.
Giant King is like jumbo shrimp.
Yeah, that sounds like an ice cream cone. Get a Giant King cone.
That's it. I like that.
All right, guys, this is a great week of radio. We'll see you all next week. This is the Animal House Radio Show.
Diane Franklin.